This week on Face Off Hockey Show, I'm here. Look at that. She's here. Look at that. Johnny's there because he has to do production. But it's going to be a fantastic show. The trade deadline happened. Aren't you glad about that? And that was about it. There was not much else. Oh, yeah, the Olympics were decided too. We'll talk about all that and more. Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway. Takes two
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
It's fine, Johnny. They didn't care about me talking through the intro itself. It's fantastic. There we are. Hey, welcome. It's Face Off Hockey Show. We started a little early because the hell with it. We're all here. Finally, for the first time in a while. I am Scotty Waz. That is Jen, the NHL history girl. There's Johnny P plugging in back there. And no Mark with a C yet because it's way too early for him. So yeah.
He's on his way.
He's on his way. He's always on his way. Send me on my way. Remember that song? It was a great song. Anyway, how you guys doing? Yeah, so Jen and I are here for what? What are we here for?
6 days.
You gotta turn your mic on.
It is on.
Let's speak into your mic.
6 days.
6 days. And for what event? Right, the stadiums. Don't worry. We'll get to that in a minute. Well, I'll tell you, spoiler alert, 880 tickets still available for the game as of Wednesday. I did the math. I literally went to the website and checked how many tickets per location it was. Ooh, baby.
Well, it helps that there's like zero advertising.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen an advert here, Johnny. And my mom even didn't know either. Your mom didn't know.
My mom did know. My mom knew because she watched the Olympics.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah. NBC decided on the Olympics that they were going to tell people that the Stadium Series was going on in Annapolis.
Well, what better way to do that than to advertise at 1 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, why not?
Did you notice that even their press conference with the mayor seemed pretty like slapdash?
No, I didn't even. What press conference with the mayor?
Exactly. They did a press conference with the mayor, who's apparently he's from Australia originally, married to someone from Australia or something.
What?
Because they had like a press conference with the mayor of Annapolis about the Stadium Series, and he was saying, "Oh, you guys need to call Nathan Walker for this game," and they made some big deal about his connection to Australia.
Two things I learned today. There's a mayor of Annapolis. Or that's I didn't know that. I thought Andrew McKenna was just like, screw it, we're just going to listen to the governor.
Why wouldn't there be a mayor of Annapolis?
There's no mayor of Glen Burnie.
Yes.
And it is that's true. I've been campaigning for years and they won't put me on the ballot.
But the only reason I remember this is because A, I saw like 2 tweets about it, and B, there was like the PR email. And
I'm surprised the mayor knew. In all honesty.
I mean, it was weird. There was like no real pictures or anything. I mean, there's a picture of like the mayor speaking. That was about it.
Gavin Buckley is an Australian immigrant. Oh, you gotta call up Nathan Walker. Why isn't this game sponsored by Outback? That's not a knife. This is a hockey stick. All right, we get it. I didn't even know they had a press conference.
I'm actually on your boat right now. I didn't know Annapolis had a mayor.
Did you know they had a press conference?
No.
Oh, even better.
No. I was in Annapolis today. I work in Annapolis.
I know. It's the weird part. How many adverts are there?
None.
None. 880 tickets, folks. Be dialing.
There's probably more in Giant. Giant right now is like huge for the Capitals.
Amazing. Well, they're on the boards all the time, so yeah, so we're here for the Stadium Series game and then some other shenanigans.
Brian, I'm going to let you know now that I can't get anywhere near the keyboard, but I can technically kind of see what you're talking about.
We can.
That's better than I can. I'm like, there's some squiggly lines over there.
Whoa,
on the
Johnny.
side.
I'm attached.
You are attached. Careful. There he goes. I'm gonna talk shit about him. You can't hear about it. But yeah, we're here. It's great. It's fantastic. These chairs need cushions. We gotta put that on the studio list.
What?
The chairs need a little cushioning.
I probably will buy new chairs.
Oh, well, even better.
Yeah.
Buy new chairs. I was looking up Office Spaces the other day because I
The
don't know.
movie or
No, actual Office Spaces in Grand Forks. See what I can get for my money. See if it's cheaper than renting an apartment. Then we can.
These are IKEA chairs.
Ah.
Yeah.
The Sorasa
I think yes, actually.
with the umlaut over the A.
I think I bought these like the last time you were here because I didn't have any more than one chair in my basement.
It was an interesting time. So how was your week at work in Annapolis?
It's good.
Is this your first full week minus orientation?
Yeah, this is I've been there since last Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so a full week. People want me to fix things,
Oh, of
which
course.
is good.
That's your job.
Yeah, but the funny part so far is like people only work 8 hours.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's weird. like I've been working and I felt like, wow, like I mean, I'm leaving really early. This kind of sucks. And the people at work are like, you should head out. You've been here for a while. Like, all right, cool.
And he cashes the paycheck, folks.
I'm like, I'll do this right now. Well, right before I know that it's going to get super busy.
he got a raise for this job,
I did
folks.
get a raise, big one.
He got. Listen, he's gonna buy chairs with cushions. That's how much more money he's making.
Yeah. Yep.
So
So that was it.
sleep stats.
Sleep stats are doing pretty good. Mark doesn't want to hear about my sleep stats anymore.
No, I don't
though.
think Jen does
I
either.
don't either.
No. Why you don't want to hear about my sleep stats anymore either? I'm gonna say that I slept more in one night than you have in the past like 4 days.
Oh, that's
That's-
highly possible.
Yes.
That's-
Let's see. What do I have here for Garmin sleep stats?
I thought I saw Osmosis Jones app on there. Been fantastic if it was Chris. Rock.
Let's see. Last 7 days, I averaged 9 hours and 5 minutes of sleeping a night.
I probably average like 3.
No, 2.5 tops.
Yeah, my steps have increased because I'm walking around the hospital a lot more
Is
now.
this the new hospital or the newish?
Yeah, the new area. It's
Okay.
like it used to be downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown. But then they bought like a whole plot of land and have like a whole. Pat Sajak has a building.
I was gonna
there.
say, are you in the Sajak Pavilion?
I'm not actually.
Okay.
I'm in the Belcher Pavilion, which I think he was
Oh.
a teacher at St. Joe, right?
Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers. I'm glad that money's finally paying off, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's where I work is the Belcher Pavilion. But the really cool part of it that I didn't really know about before last week's show was that there are tunnels underneath the ground that allow me to get from building to building.
Oh yeah, no, we have those at ours too.
So it's like a cool little like secret that only people that work there know about. Well, now
everyone can.
and now that like
15 people. know about it.
45 people that listen to the show. Which thank you for listening to the
We
show.
appreciate it. Johnny put up our monies.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting that in our pocket and allowing us to get these kind of pants. These are fancy pants because I'm a fancy pants
They're
man.
kind of camouflaged with the whole
They are.
background.
They kind of are. If I stand up next to that, they're gonna lose me.
It's like a green screen, but not really.
No, it's a Calvert Cross screen. I don't know
Yeah.
what that meant.
So that's about my whole week, I think.
Yeah. Oh, good. He came back just in time for the sleep stats to be over. I'm glad about that.
Perfect timing.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
How are you?
Good.
It's going well.
I gotta go back to widescreen mode on this thing to see all you guys.
Why? Is that a fat joke? Fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
messed up.
It's
I messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Spread it down. So we'll get to your week then too, sir.
Nah. I got
Hey.
nothing for you guys. Come on. What did you expect?
Hey, the kid's lifting his head up.
He's very strong. Very strong. Strong.
How
man.
much you bench?
About 16 pounds because he can pick himself up. So it's probably,
Awesome.
gravity the other way around.
Yeah.
So we give him a big bowling ball. He can bench his own weight.
It's true.
Great. Fantastic. All right. Well, there's Mark's week.
Yeah, so I don't even remember what I did this weekend. So that's my week.
Well, you had a
what was it?
relaxing weekend.
That's right.
Right? You
It
didn't
was
go?
good. Yeah, it was a very relaxing weekend, so it wound up being very good. That's true. Uneventful is good.
Uneventful is very good. What is your
Hi,
week
Jen.
like?
Oh my god.
Wave hi to Mark.
Mark.
Good
Wave hi to Mark. He's the one that Sean Leahy hates.
It's true.
True.
I never do anything anymore. Is Sean going to be there this weekend?
He is not. Which I found hilarious that I saw the email from you that said
Yeah, I
you
should-
might be down there.
Yeah, I should text him and ask him where the hell he is.
Send it
But
from my
I was
phone.
gonna say send it from Johnny's phone. Oh, these jokes never get old. How was your week? I know how your week was.
Yeah. Just work, homework.
Well,
Yeah.
the university. She's gonna leave here in
Oh,
a
yeah.
bit. to go
You a
get
Terp?
set up for.
Are you going to swing through campus while you're here?
I have to.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
I
to
have to go rub the
Testudo.
testudo for luck, apparently.
Hey, that's what I call my. Anyway,
Do you have to go on campus and get like a school ID?
No.
Will they like take a picture of you and give you a school ID?
I'm sure if I wanted to, I could.
why not? You
So,
could.
yeah, but I don't need it. So.
So for my
Do
grad
you get anything
program-
cool with school IDs in the area, Mark? Do you know?
Well, so for my grad school program, I'll start with that. They made us take a picture of ourselves with our like a selfie behind a white screen, and then we sent the camera or the picture in, and they mailed us.
Camera,
an
wow.
Yeah,
They're
because
like, listen, we can't print things anymore because that's archaic. Just send us the entire camera.
it's true. So we sent the picture, and then they sent me back an ID. Except it was just a piece of plastic. It didn't have any like magnetic strip or anything in it. So there is actually a library up the road, George Washington University Science and Tech Library, about 5 minutes from my house. And my ID card doesn't do anything because I normal students can swipe it to get in the front door, but mine's just like a piece of plastic with my picture on it. So John, to answer your question, yes, like Old Navy gives me discounts apparently that I never
Nice.
use.
Oh, that's good.
Chick-fil-A might give me free things because that seems like
Oh.
a place that would do that.
Hey,
You can use it, right? You can use a college ID to get free things.
Yeah. I mean, if it was 2006 and I wanted to go to a Caps game, I could get a $15 club level seat with my college ID.
See?
there he is. Look at that.
Huh?
Rolling.
It's too bad it's not 2006.
No, because
Yeah.
even for Caps.
Well, let's be honest. In 2006, the $15 club seat was high priced.
Yeah, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Clymer was on defense back then. Those were lean years. To answer Brian's question, we aren't specifically doing a special show for the Stadium Series, but I'm sure Jen and I will be doing stuff on site. And
I can just get drunk on my couch.
we could do that too. And just do
Well,
a
you two
show.
can.
Well, I'll be at the
No,
event.
you guys will be at the event.
He's gonna
Oh.
get drunk on his couch and
I thought you meant like during an actual show. I got confused.
he's just gonna send like Costanza like pictures to Sean Leahy. Just him naked, like almost naked with underwear and socks on.
That's fine.
Right? That's just two buddies broing
That's
down.
actually normal.
Yeah, it's two buddies broing down.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
fine.
only thing wrong with that, actually.
You know. But then we had my week was kind of. I got on a committee to build the new hospital. By the way,
They keep.
There was a
trusting him. It's
committee for
weird.
that?
there's like, well, we're building a new hospital in like 5 years because the old hospital is a piece of garbage. So I'm on the committee to help build ideas to build this new hospital. I don't know why they're trusting me. I already started with it. Me and my group have already brainstormed a Chick-fil-A and a cheese and chocolate fountain.
You
Not
know,
a
you
cheese
said-
and chocolate fountain in one, just separate cheese and chocolate
Right.
fountains.
Well, yeah, because that'd be ridiculous.
Yes.
I feel like the cheese and chocolate fountain at a hospital is probably literally the worst idea.
Well, I'm just saying our cardiovascular guys are going to get paid with that.
I mean, you're already there, so I mean, I can think of better. I can think of worse
a
places
better
to
way
put
to
that.
pass germs between two people than a cheese and
Whoa,
chocolate.
whoa, whoa!
but what better way?
Yeah,
What better way? What better place to be if you're going to have a complete coronary?
That's
episode?
true.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true.
or pass germs. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
it's definitely worse places for
Hey.
that sort of fountain to be.
How are you going to build up an immunity system if you
Right.
don't have?
Like what?
Someone else's-
Stripper?
Yeah,
Stripper
sure.
pole?
Why not?
Probably worst place to have a chocolate fountain.
Exactly. Or a chocolate fountain come out of that. But anyway, that's another story for another time and another German porno. So we
So-
got Yes.
You
Mark.
say that being on this committee, recommending a Chick-fil-A isn't a terrible idea. There's a Panera at the hospital that the Women and Children's Hospital where Hudson was born. There's a Panera downstairs. So, Chick-fil-A, Panera,
I think it's
push.
Well, see, here's the thing though. For that area and a women's and children's, of course, it's going to be basic white girl food.
Mhm.
So of course, a Panera
It's
fits.
true.
So obviously, we're
There is
North
also a Starbucks. So there's a
There's a Starbucks everywhere. There's like 2 Starbucks in our hospital. I don't know what the hell.
They probably also sell Uggs at the gift stop.
You
I'm
can buy.
surprised that yours aren't Tim Hortons. Why aren't they Tim Hortons? You're close enough to the border. There's Tim
we
Hortons
are.
everywhere in Detroit.
There's one Tim Hortons on 42nd,
Mhm.
and then there's one Tim Hortons at the arena, and that's it. That's that. It's the end of that chapter. But there we go. But yeah, that would happen, and then we had our flights today.
Mhm.
5 a.m. flights out of Grand Forks, +8 on the thermometer
That's not bad.
as we
Yeah,
left.
it's
It's actually,
solid.
it was actually pretty warm.
Yeah.
Then we get to Minneapolis at 6:30, 2-hour layover, and then flew into here. Mama Waz came pick me up. Had Chick-fil-A. Speaking of which,
Brittany,
to Walmart.
Brittany needs to meet Mama Waz. Mama Waz
oh
took
yeah,
all of our pictures, so Brittany feels like she needs to meet Mama Waz at some point. We need to make that up. She doesn't need to meet Stan. Just
it's funny.
Just Barbara.
No,
Hudson needs to meet Stan.
Hudson does need to meet Stan though.
Yeah. Hudson needs to learn early.
But what was we do have, by the way, I mentioned a couple weeks ago off the show that we had clothes for you. Apparently they're for like 18-month-olds. So if you need
He'll
18-month-old
still be
clothes,
18 months at some point.
I'll just give it to him, and then maybe by the time he's 3 he'll grow into them.
I might see Mark before Hudson is 18 months. We'll see.
I might see Mark this weekend. So
That's true,
or
that's
if not,
true.
I'll just leave him here with you.
So I just
So-
realized that the beer that I just poured, it came with instructions that I'm not sure if I followed them or not. It says pour slowly, there, and read
Nice.
slowly apparently too. Pour slowly so as not to disturb the yeast sediment, but with enough vigor to create a luxurious head and release the rich bouquet.
What kind of bougie beer do you have?
I feel like that's a dangerous, very thin line to be on.
I agree.
If you if you do too much yeast, I'm not gonna be a pleasure to be around.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Throwing up and farting is what it comes to.
Yeah, mostly
There
the
you go.
latter.
But there you go. Well, that's better than the throwing up.
Yeah.
I'll take farting over puking any day.
Yeah.
If we're doing power rankings of expulsion, fart obviously over top of vomit. Vomit down at the bottom.
I'm so glad I'm here for this quality content.
Listen, 16 years, been doing this.
This is what we've learned in 16 years.
Exactly. This is why we're making money now. Why people are contributing to us
Mhm.
because of this.
Jen's making money too.
Jen's making some money.
Jen's on the spreadsheet.
Jen's kind of making some money.
I'm making my own money. Thank you very much.
She's making her own money through tip jars.
Oh,
She's worth $17 the government knows about.
true.
So
It's
fine.
just like Speaker City.
right, exactly. So yeah, we had our flight, and then we're here for a week. Gonna do some things, some stuff. Go down the ocean.
I mean, eat the crab cakes.
You're gonna eat all the crab cakes.
You're gonna go down the ocean?
I'm going to down the ocean, hon.
Oh,
Go down the ocean on Monday.
all right.
Get some Thrasher fries there, hon.
Are you gonna go to Roy's Quick Corner?
Probably have to. Probably she has to.
Yeah, you need to go.
Got to
to
get the
Roy's.
closer. Get the closer.
What is it?
It's crab. It's just a crab cake we got before closing.
I'm not sure that they. I'm not sure they know it's called the closer.
No, we kind of named it the closer.
It's a crab cake that's the same weight as a baseball.
Oh, that's the one you guys are talking about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good times. Yeah, so that's been my week. It's been our week.
Mhm.
We should have installed cameras at the house to see if the cat's an asshole. Like just in life.
You already know that.
Yeah, we do, but to what extent? Spy is lonesome. So we'll see how it is. So there we go. That is
Did
Well,
you
I
set up
didn't-
one of those like daily feeder things that only puts out enough food for him to eat in a day, or do you
no
have someone
because
coming and feeding the cat?
we have someone going there because he's a bowling ball with
Okay.
fur, and He needs his food stuffs.
Yeah, he needs like wet food. Like he actually medically needs wet food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He needs that extra boost of proteins.
You know what I just realized?
What's up?
This beer that I had,
Or vigorously enough.
I was storing it sideways on its side in the fridge for about 2 weeks. So whatever yeast sediment there was, at the bottom of the bottle. It was throughout the bottle. It's
That's
probably
true.
bad. It's gonna be bad.
So,
Bad news
so do
bears.
you start farting before or after the 1 hour mark?
I don't know, but you know what? It didn't say not to store it on its side, so I'm gonna blame them for this one.
You
That
should-
seems like a them thing.
Yeah, you should sue them. This is the United States. You can do stuff like that.
That's true. Not wrong.
Bad. It's bad news. I think
I have
not gonna drink this.
I have 2 bottles of 12 still in my basement. I'm pretty certain I got them 5 years ago.
Is it beer or wine?
It's beer, but
Okay.
they package it at 12, but it continues to ferment in the bottle. So
Interesting.
the last one I opened up when I bought my house 6 years ago.
Mm.
It's 22 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
I drank 22 ounces, except for the bottom because there's the yeast at the bottom.
Yeah, of course.
I woke up on my living room floor the next morning.
Well, at least you know your living room floor. at
It was
least.
smooth.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, the beer was.
Yeah,
too.
no, exactly.
The living room floor was quite smooth as well.
Ah, this is great. Where am I?
Actually, so 12 is, if you remember correctly, the Winter Classic live chat that we had where I started yelling
Oh,
at the kids.
shit. Yeah,
That was 12 induced.
that was a fucking show.
Yeah, that was.
That wasn't even a show. That was a live chat.
It was a live chat where I was pissed off at kids because they were announcing the USA hockey team for
Yeah.
the Olympics, and I just wrote in there, "Fuck you, kids." That's all, and that has now become like the on-running joke for 12 years.
Jesus Christ. Fuck you, kids.
Fuck
I
you,
think that's
kids.
really a joke. I think it's kind of more.
No, it's probably true.
It's kind of a. Nah, it's not 12 years.
They're like 20 now.
12 years would have been.
They're like drinking.
2006. They didn't start the Winter Classic till 2008. So it was 2012.
Is that the 2010 Olympics?
2010. Yeah. So it would have been 8 years.
All right.
But
8
let's
years,
be
so-
honest. If you printed that on a T-shirt and put a picture of Big Stan on there, I mean that's pretty believable, right?
Yeah, that would be.
In quotes.
I would kind of in quotes.
And
Or
then on the back, like as he's walking away, it says, "I told you no wops were allowed."
Told you no wops were wild. Stay out of Key West.
It's just what if we just put like like you have the word quotes on the back of like t-shirts for
Yeah.
like band strips and stuff.
Yeah.
What if we just had like quotes for Stan, like on the back of a t-shirt with Stan like face, like a picture of Stan on the front.
With like a date, with like dates, like it's a tour band shirt.
Yes.
You'd probably get thrown out of a bunch of places.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure.
I mean,
I'm sure.
wouldn't- yeah. I mean, we'd have to
Obviously.
we'd have to do that in order to do justice to Big Stan.
Exactly. Which, I'm kind of mad I didn't bring my stuff with me to podcast with him. Though we can bring him down here and podcast. He's
Yeah,
like,
just
what
bring him
the
down
hell's
here.
a podcast? You finished school yet?
Bring it down here, record it, and put it on the Face Off Hockey Show site.
That'd be great. That should be a Patreon show. Interviews with Big Stan. You understand our tier level would fucking rise after that? Jesus Christ.
The number of people that would be willing to pay us for that.
You'll pay me to hear from this guy? All right. But we can finally say we're getting paid for this stuff now.
Finally,
Yeah, finally. It's not a lot, but hey, we're getting paid. All
we
right.
made almost $10 a month last year.
Boom. Love it.
Adding to the $20 a month that I didn't spend on hosting the show, we made almost $30 a month last
This
year.
is all net gain, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Time for you to get out of here.
Yeah, soon.
All right. Yeah, she's got a lecture to deal with. And it's not just me saying, listen, just deal with my parents for the week. It's fine. They're going to want to take us out to dinner. Let them. Let them. Let them.
You know,
Let them.
one of these days, just for sheer revenge, I should make you meet my mother.
See, you don't want that. So I don't think that I don't have anything to deal with. I'm fine. Like, that's all right.
You should write a show. Call it How I Met Jen's Mother.
By the way, is that new show he's on just a continuation of How I Met Your Mother? Because he's a professor in that one, too.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Ted Mosby turning into an alcoholic and then trying to
Yeah.
start a I don't know what he's doing. Is it a
Glee
drama club? I'm not
I
really
don't know.
sure what
I think
he's doing.
like a dance, it's almost like a high school. It's high school musical if they had drugs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I
surprised
think.
if Bob Saget shows up at the end.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Bob Saget, be fantastic. What?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. You often don't. So
No, I don't. I
it's
just
really-
ignore you a lot. So.
yeah, that's about right. That's why this works. The dynamic works, ladies and gentlemen. Who are you and how'd you get here? Anyway.
Do you want me to play music?
Yeah, I gotta get my phone out and figure that out.
All right, I'm gonna play music.
Do you want to get out of here now while we're
Dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Oh, there it is. The end of draft. I already got the end of draft show notes for whenever I
Yeah.
decide to do that.
Nice.
Patrice Bergeron. He fractured his foot. He's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mark, there's zero chance I'm able to read that.
It's been Bob
That's
saying okay, whatever. Matt Murray. Can we call Matt Murray possible more successful Rick DiPietro? Because he's out again with concussion after
He's
getting.
definitely more successful.
Oh, absolutely. But he gets as dinged up as Rick DiPietro.
There's an extremely cynical side of me that says that this occurs to the Penguins every single year.
Kind of does.
Somebody gets an injury right around the trade deadline. They're allowed to bring extra people up before the end of the year.
Oh,
then
the old
they
Patrick-
come back in the playoffs.
The old Patrick Kane 2013
I
thing.
mean, it's insane how this all works out. But yeah, it's a concussion, which kind of blows.
Yeah, got a shut off the mask in practice. Team doesn't even like him.
Jerry Chernock just cringed.
Yeah, Jerry Chernock had that little stupid bucket. Going from there.
I even have my glasses on.
He says he's blown up the chat that no one can see. I can see it. Stupid. Zach Austin Reese. He's got an upper body injury. He is out, quote unquote, longer term.
Wait.
Longer
Now there's a
term.
new term.
There is
now?
a new term. It's longer term.
Oh, I can't wait until the next time we ask about someone's injury and the GM goes, he's out for like a shortish amount of time.
He's out for a fortnight. And I'm like, wait, what? 2 weeks?
How long?
No, he's playing the game Fortnite. He's out until that game loses popularity.
What is longer term? What is it longer than?
I don't
Like,
know.
doesn't longer have to have like a something it's classifying? Like, it needs to be longer than something. Like,
Yeah.
is it longer than just long term, which is also an indefinite amount of time?
You can have a scale, and I don't know what the beginning of the scale would be, but the end scale would be Joffrey Lupul.
Right. No, the beginning of the scale is day to day, aren't we all?
Yeah.
And then the end scale is Chris Pronger working for the NHL and then also being on the Coyotes roster, getting 2 paychecks that way.
It would be more confusing if they said he's going to be out an average amount of time.
He's little.
Are we supposed to take every injury that's happened so far this year? And is it mean or median? Shit, I don't know how long he's going to be out.
Hold on, you know that somebody has this data.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there is somebody right now just waiting for somebody to go, yeah, he'll be out an average amount of time. And then he puts out his 42-page,
Like spreadsheet.
like
With
soliloquy
bar
with
graphs and-
graphs and everything on how many injuries have occurred this year and how an average amount of time is actually just 4 to 6 weeks. Because
Exactly.
everybody's out 4 to 6 weeks.
By the time everyone figures it out, he's back on the ice.
Yeah.
Josh Anderson, knee sprain up to a month. That's better than longer term, I guess. I don't know.
It
I
is a
don't know.
time frame.
It is a time
It
frame.
gives us a maximum. It gives
Yeah.
us limits.
Maximum. Nikita Kucherov, upper body injury day to day, but aren't we?
Aren't the Avs on like their backup?
The assistant to the assistant general manager. Yeah, no, they're like on their 7th backup because Varlamov's out. Shocking again.
Mhm.
You said Bernier was out,
hmm
so
And his backup was out.
I think it's Martin.
Yeah, I just know that the two of them are out.
Jimmy
Damn,
Jimmy
Gina.
Martin. Damn, Gina. Cole, what you doing in here? Hey, bruh, man. How about just stop the puck, bruh, man?
I saw they gave away the Leafs gave away Lupul's number, so it's official.
Wait, is
So
his,
he's cursed now. Then that other one's cursed now.
Apparently, yeah, because apparently one of their new acquisitions or call-ups or something was wearing Lupul's number, and people were like, "Man, that's
I thought Flecky
Cool.
was wearing his number 19.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
is Martin's backup Mike Lowry?
Michael Lowry. Actually, no. His backup is the weigh-in. It's one of the weigh-ins.
Which one though?
Obviously, Marlon. Obviously.
Oh,
My lord. Ladies and gentlemen,
what a run-in.
boys and girls, children of all ages, what a run-in. You can barely see him behind the white walls. It's Sean
Coming for
Leahy.
you, Conzo. Coming for you.
Which one?
Hudson. He's been talking a lot of crap.
He has. It's true.
That's what I heard.
So absentee from this stadium series, Sean Leahy here today.
I'm sorry. Listen. I've covered like a dozen of these, and while I still like the outdoor game. Covering an outdoor game, I'm just tired of the hey. So how's the ice? How's the ice out there? How's the sun? How's the shade? Same question.
You already have it written. All you have to do is it's like a Mad Lib at this point. Just fill in adjectives and put it into the little like thing you got going on. Come on.
I'd rather just stay home.
NBC Sports stuff.
I'd rather just stay home.
I found it odd that you don't want to party with us, which, hey, listen, I'm taking full offense.
I didn't know you guys were coming. That's why.
Who does, right, Jen? Anyway, the point is this.
As I once heard from Sean Leahy. Sorry, go ahead, Scotty. Make your point, and then I'll quote Sean Leahy.
There's no point.
That was just a joke.
That was just a gag.
You can't come to my neighborhood and not give me a call, right? I mean, if there's a chance, if there's a chance you're going to be in my neighborhood, you got to come see me.
Oh yeah, because I'm just taking a page out of your book.
Yeah.
Wait, your neighborhood? You're like an hour away from the rink. You're an hour away from Annapolis. The
Yeah, that's
Media
close enough.
Hotel's 5 miles north of where Johnny lives.
That's true.
The Media Hotel's at the fucking airport.
That is true.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna try and take Greg to Cancun Cantina.
Dear Lord. Take him to Dougal's instead.
Johnny, are you on a Sinatra cover band podcast after this or what?
Yes, actually, no, it's a Tony Bennett cover band.
It's actually it's a hockey Tony Bennett show called the Rink Rats. The Rink Rat Pack. There it was. Nailed it.
You want to do that one again? We'll edit it.
One take. Only take one take. The one take kid.
How are you, Sean?
Yeah, hi, Sean.
Great. How are you guys?
We're great. We're just
Nice work on your trade coverage.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, it was a very long day, and my eyeballs were ready to go. But that's
Okay.
trade day, right?
yeah, exactly. It was great. It was a
Waiting
great
for those
time.
big minor league trades to come in. Hey,
Mhm.
Listen, the boys at the Sin Bin appreciated the trade deadline. They're fine.
I can't wait until the year that everything occurs 3 days before the trade deadline, and
that was this year.
and James Duthie is just like juggling
Like,
on 8 straight hours on TSN.
Well,
it's just gonna be a
it-
shot of him like weeping in the corner.
Did they start going through the next Olympic
Listen,
game this
They
year?
did.
Their coverage was so slow. They talked to the guy from like 1986 who was traded for a bus in a minor league. That's how slow the coverage was.
Wow.
Yeah. So
It's Sportsnet had a recurring thing every hour with Mike Sillinger talking about all the time. So he was traded. It was they're well prepared for the downtime, both Sportsnet and TSN. So they got this down to a science.
The question is, do they have all these fluff interviews just waiting from year to year, or do they do them specifically?
They got
For
80. They got
2018.
80 people per coverage. They're fine. They got it all prepared.
I mean, let's be completely honest, though. They could literally be running the same stuff from last year, and we wouldn't
and
know.
I would know.
there was less people in Menudo than there was in some of these studio shows.
There's more people in Djibouti. You know,
Hey, Mark was
They-
born on the Declaration of Independence for Djibouti.
Djiboutian Independence Day.
they had a table of just people sitting at a table. They had no business being there. At a table.
It was Tradeception. amazing.
My favorite was everyone at TSN like trying to cram McDonald's down their throat at the same time. So it's a picture of like 8 guys hunched around a table, like, like why are you showing us this?
Yeah.
Please stop.
TSN loses the national coverage, and they had to resort to this burger eating contest.
Well, eventually they'll realize that trade deadline day just isn't
what it used to be.
Yeah. Because I mean, with the parity and the salary cap and.
What's that? Andrew McDonald got traded? Hey, time for a Big Mac.
I'm loving it.
You beat me to it. I was going to ask you what you thought of that trade.
It would have been better if it happened on Friday.
Okay, unfortunately, I have to go.
Get out of here.
Because, I'm cutting it really close because I actually have
she has a lecture she has to go to.
Yeah, for actual real school grades and everything. So
she was getting a school in the hard
exactly.
If she's getting a lesson in the school hard knocks on this show. Now she has to go to real life.
I don't blame you. I want to leave too.
I mean, we invited you.
I invited him.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't know that.
Listen, I was at work.
I'm the producer for the Stars.
That's true. And us.
I was at work and I was all excited. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna see Leahy and I'm gonna see Wish." And the Leahy was like, "No, no." And I actually made this noise out loud at work, and my coworker was like, "Are you okay?"
Some pale Irishman says he wasn't going to show up to Annapolis. I'm heartbroken.
4 months we'll be at the draft. Don't worry.
That's true. Well, in Dallas, when both of you will burn. All right, bye, Jen.
All right, bye, everyone.
Scotty, was that an old MLS pun with the Dallas Burn soccer team?
It wasn't, but it should have been. I should have gone ahead and made that because I forgot what the hell they were called.
Those are nice.
Yeah,
it was during a thing. We're trying to do a show. My mic is on. Remember what Todd Butts says. Anytime a mic is on, sound gets picked up in any direction.
You literally have the cough button in your hand.
I do, but I'm talking by. Go, Jen. There she goes. Cheese and crackers. Unprofessional. Cut in front of the TV. Cut in front of the camera. Go upstairs and do your lecture.
Move over.
I'm moving. Oh, really? Gotta pay for it, please. Glen Burnie's got the finest hookers there are. With hookers and blackjack.
So, are you excited about the Islanders? Sean, you excited about the Islanders moving back out your way?
Selfishly, yeah. I guess it's going to be like, I don't know, 40 games or something over the 3 years or 60 games. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works, going back and forth for the players. But I'm 10 minutes from the Coliseum, so I can't wait.
Well, is one going to be their full-time practice rink? Because it seems silly to move practices and move games.
This is what happened when Barclays opened. The first year they actually would skate at Barclays for the game days and practice there. I think no, they practiced out on Long Island, but on the game days they would skate at Barclays and get the guys hotel rooms during the day to sleep and then come right to the rink. Guys hated that because most of them lived on Long Island with their family, their wives and their kids. So the following year, they started skating out back at their practice facility on Long Island, and then now there was a new facility that opened, I don't know, 5-6 years ago by remember the Ferraro brothers, the twins?
Oh, yes. Peter and Chris.
They helped open a really nice facility literally right across from the Nassau Coliseum. They actually went bankrupt, and Charles Wong, being the business guru he is, bought it really cheap when he still owned the Islanders. Fixed it up. It's a really awesome facility, and now the Islanders practice there all the time, even on game days. And then the guys will just trek into Barclays and play.
Hop on the Long Island Railroad, head right in.
Railroad or drive in or whatever. So it's pretty interesting. So I'm sure they'll love the fact that they could skate and still go to the Nassau Coliseum for at least 10, 20 games a year starting next year.
Go ahead.
Considering what the guy at Barclays said, the CEO there kind of scorched the earth on that shit.
Awesome.
Well, he's got a business interest for Belmont not to open, right? That's another arena in the area, not owned by Barclays. That's going to take events and concerts, and obviously the Islanders eventually.
Once Hove left, we all knew it was dangerous. Like, it's not great. Not great at all. He was not throwing up the rock anymore.
But he's got his own lanes.
That's true. He does.
Oh, that's what those are? Those are only for Jay-Z?
Got to throw up the rock.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's why there are numbers on them. It correlates to his albums.
I always wonder why there was no cars in those lanes.
If you're listening to Jay-Z's second album, you're allowed to drive in it if it's HOV2. Yeah.
Good job. Good work on the Jay-Z tip, bro.
Yeah.
Thoughts about deadline day, sir? Anything jump out at you?
I'm glad that it's over.
Right. All
That's
right.
what I love about deadline day. There's a deadline, not like free agency where there's like a guy can sign at 11:30 on a Sunday night, and you're just in the middle of July, and you're just like, no. But it's. I mean, look, it's the same, right? You got the big teams loading up: the Penguins, Bruins, Tampa, Boston.
The Caps loaded up.
Yeah, the Caps.
Yeah, they loaded their pants.
Well, they learned their lesson last year, right? I mean, bringing in Shattenkirk, and that didn't quite work out. And this year,
right?
Hey, there he is.
Hoping for the best, hoping that Hopi kind of works out of this funk, and then see if they do in the playoffs before they fire Barry Trotz or don't re-sign him. I guess it would be.
Wow, bold strategy, Cotton. See how it plans up for him.
Yeah, Mike Keenan's available. I heard.
Ah, sure. No, that's great for goaltenders. Holy Dinah. Yeah, trade deadlines happen, and it was there.
How'd you like the Olympics?
Great segue.
I was a fan. I mean, it's granted it's not NHL players, but the U.S. There was a little excitement there for the U.S. for a little bit, but obviously look at Germany. I mean, how great of a story was that? It came within a goal of winning. It came within a minute winning in regulation, and then a goal and winning in overtime, the gold medal with Christian Ehrhoff and Marco Sturm as the coach. I mean, there was plenty of good stories there of the players.
Caps hired Marco Sturm.
Oh, the Caps will hire Marco Sturm, I bet.
Nice.
So how far down the chain were you to get the call up for Pyeongchang hockey?
It was too late because I got hired in like September or October, and I think the credentials for the Olympics are like so far out that I wouldn't have wanted to go anyway because going that far for a month and being up in Korea with North Korea right there.
You could have actually
like a sore thumb too.
Yeah.
Could have been a diplomat. You could have been the Dennis Rodman of the hockey blogging community, but alas, it was not meant to be.
Playing some street hockey in Pyongyang, North Korea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be great.
Okay.
And to answer Brian's question, there's been a lot of players traded after the trade deadline, but usually off-season deals, like when the teams get eliminated.
You can make trades after the deadline, but those players won't be eligible to play in the postseason. So that's why, like Brian Giunta, Chris Kelly had to sign their contracts by the deadline so to be eligible to play in the playoffs for the Bruins and the Ducks, respectively.
The same thing that happened with Timu a couple years ago. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, no, but it is funny that like the Olympics, I feel like on some level, and I realize that this doesn't happen because GMs are usually good at their jobs, but on some level, they were watching the Olympics and they're like, oh yeah, that guy's not on a team. We should call him. Like Chris Kelly and Brian Giunta, like all these players that are retired, but nobody really realizes that they're still playing hockey.
Well, the weird thing was like Giunta did not look good. He looked all of his 39 years for the U.S. He had no points, played all 5 games. We had like 16 shots on goal, but he's a 39-year-old guy who hasn't played since the end of last season. Now, granted, he had a decent season with the Sabres last year. I think he had like 15 goals and like 30 points or something like that. So not terrible, but and if you're the Bruins, you think you're going to go throughout this whole season, you trade for Rick Nash, and you're like, yeah, we could probably use Brian Giunta.
Sure.
There's no other like depth forwards available in the market that you could have traded for give him up like a 5th round pick or something like that. But you feel like Brian Giunta is that guy who could help you. It's not like he's there for veteran leadership. I mean, they got Char still there.
How much is a 5th round pick worth? Because they paid him what, like $900K prorated for, like 20 games basically. So it's a fourth of that. The owner probably went into his pocket and was like, "Here, Brian, here's your money for the year." Go ahead.
Right? Yeah.
You're good.
There you go, Gio. Have fun.
It's a lottery ticket, but it's a weird lottery ticket to buy at this point in the season for a guy who's played 5 hockey games since April.
But it's leadership. I mean, look how well he led the U.S. team.
Yeah, I mean, look at Zdeno Chara. He's terrible.
Thanks. Yeah. Those Slovakians, let me tell you.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the Olympics, brings into our Patreon. Patreon.com/Faceoff Hockey Show. You can be like the many of people, like a guy named Brian, like a guy named Shawan
Dunstan.
Yeah. Angela, Mitch, Chris, Ethan, Matthew, Mark, Trista, and Damon. They all contributed and they put forth the effort to.
I might give us $1 every month so that I can get my name said on the show.
Okay. I'll do that. We'll do it. Senor Car Gauge is there. So patreon.com/Faceoff Hockey Show. Who knows? An interview with Big Stan. That could be coming. Who's to say? But that our pick was the idea of the NHLers not going to the Olympics anymore.
Ever.
Forever. I, for one, am behind that idea because, this was a fun, albeit sloppy tournament.
Oh, yeah, it was I kind of watched the Olympic men's. So I'm going to say that I got the women's tournament was a better tournament.
Yes.
I'm going to say that the men's tournament I watched kind of the same way I watched the Frozen Four. And it's like at any moment somebody could blow a tire and it could be a 3-on-1.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all for just the NHL not going back to the Olympics because it was 20 years. I think it was fine. It was fine. It was the way ice hockey was meant to be intended. Just amateurs and beer leaguers.
I say if you're going to do it that way, do it with a bunch of college kids and a bunch of maybe drafted NHL players that haven't gotten there yet, like they did this year, except do it like soccer. Limit the amount of over 20, whatever, name whatever age you want to, limit that to 3 people per team, per country.
So David Beckham's playing.
Wow, that'd be big for England. Big for English hockey if David Beckham plays.
So it's great that the NHL didn't send their players fine, but Ilya Kovalchuk, all of the biggest superstars in Russia that are now playing in Russia played on their team. If they could only select 3 of those players, I think it would have made it a better tournament. You still would have had the big name recognition, but you wouldn't have had such an overpowered team, put it that way, just because they're not in the NHL.
It's just difficult because you look at the battle with the CHL and the NCAA as far as releasing guys. I mean, for certain guys, they're playing at the World Juniors, and then a couple weeks later they're playing in the Olympics, and then they're going to go back to either their colleges or their junior team. A lot of the junior teams and the colleges, they're worried that the guys are going to get burned out, and it's obviously going to affect their seasons. I mean, Ryan Donato, Troy Terry, how does that benefit their schools or their team to let them go? I mean, granted, those guys had good tournaments, but I mean, it's not going to happen to every single player. And when they come back, is that going to have a negative effect on that player with so much hockey being played? So, the CHL didn't give Canada any players. NCAA gave I think it was four guys to the USA Hockey, and I mean those are battles. I know Hockey Canada tried to get junior players on their team, like Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, guys like that, and it just wasn't happening. So I don't know what you do there. I mean, unless you could, you have 4 years, obviously, so if you can have an agreement there and work something out, it'd be great. But
that's the point, though. You say you have 4 years. So this year they didn't have 4 years; they had 1 year,
like 8 months.
Yeah. So like they cobbled together a team. They being pretty much everyone, because every country that was in the Olympics had NHL players that they had to replace. Right. Just not Canada and United States to such a major extent, because that was literally the whole team.
Yeah, but also too, you don't know in 4 years' time. You're talking about colleges and junior players. 4 years, those players aren't there. You don't know what players are going to be there.
Right, but you can treat it, you could scout it differently, knowing that the NHL players are not going to be there, right? You could start looking at high school players and start developing that talent at the USA Hockey level versus the collegiate level or the junior level or whatever. Pick a guy, a coach that's going to be your 4-year plan for the next Olympic Games and have him develop the players or her.
Here's your
basically,
solution. Here's your solution. Beer leaguers.
I like it.
From
Nothing
all
wrong
countries.
here. All countries.
This is like what was the Beer League 2 or what was the Beer Fest?
Oh,
Beer
yeah,
Fest
yeah.
2. This is like Beer Fest 2, Olympic Boogaloo.
Yeah, there we go. I like it.
There was a sequel?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, this will be the
this
sequel.
will be the sequel.
Okay. Beer leaguers, you don't got to worry about no federations get involved, right? No one's worried about getting paid.
Oh yeah, hold on. Wait.
That the ass that they're going to try and pick up if they're beer leaguers.
Oh sure.
In the Olympics.
Oh
I
please.
mean,
It's going to be all that figure skater booty. My big thing, you're going to have to deal with federations. It's called the unions that these guys work for during the day. That's who you're going to have to fight with.
They could be the shirt, the sponsor of the jersey.
There we go. Perfect. Done.
You know? Teamsters, 109, New York, beating the Olympic athletes from Russia too.
I'm all for the NHLers not going back. I'm glad they didn't go this year. The hell with them. They're fine.
I'd like them to figure out. So if the NHLers aren't going back, I would like the NHL to figure that out now.
Yes, and then
I would like these federations, like Mark said, I'd like them to have more time.
Build a national team.
I'd like them to be able to do things. So the really good part that I like about the women's tournament is that the women's teams don't play professional hockey in the year of the Olympics. They play as a team against junior boys teams, men's teams, whatever, for an elongated period of time. They have a team.
That's what they used to do for the men's side before '98.
Right.
They had a national team.
Maybe that's what it goes back to.
It should.
Maybe if you actually give these federations more time to figure things out, maybe that's what it goes to.
And then
maybe these kids don't play in college for a year.
Yeah, but I mean, you're trying to recruit 25 guys to play for a national team for a year or whatever. Are you going to be paying them the same as what they would make in the AHL or somewhere in Europe? I mean, they're not going to pass up.
4 years. These kids are going to be making so much money in NCAA basketball and sports anyway. It's fine.
Although, to get back to what we talked about last week, every 4 years, how awesome would it be if Team USA played in this NHL All-Star Game tournament or whatever, and they just moved it up a little bit so that the Team USA's send-off, and Team Canada for that matter, Team USA and Team Canada's send-off to the Olympics was playing against NHL All-Stars.
And getting destroyed by the Atlantic Division by Kucherov and Stamkos. Way to go, boys!
I mean, it would be fun to watch at least.
It's actually 3-on-5 and they'll still lose.
It would give everybody something to cheer for, though, right? I mean, everybody
really
hard to cheer against Team USA because I would be cheering for Team USA regardless of who they were playing at that point.
I don't know. I was all for Team Iceland during that second game.
I do remember probably 5 years ago. It was Super Bowl Sunday, Capitals Penguins game, and we went to I went to the game with Mark, and one of my friends went. And he was wearing a Ryan Miller jersey. It was a Ryan Miller USA jersey, and Penguins fan decided to be smart and be like, Ryan Miller, why are you here? And he turns around and my friend looks at him and goes, what, you hate America? I was like, that's the greatest comeback that I could have ever heard.
That's a good one. It's a good comeback. I like that comeback. So yeah, there we go. Have a national team as well.
I don't know.
Hey, by the way, I want to put this. I'll put this out here. We're all a bunch of educated people. We went to college for a bit. Some of us have degrees, and then there's me. I made a little quip this week saying, hey, the 2 times Russia has won, Russia proper has won. They haven't had to use their flag. They can't sing their anthem. It's all under the Olympic flag. People got up in arms.
They did kind of sing their anthem, though, kind of the way that Maryland sang Rock and Roll Part 2.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
They actually ended up singing Crazy Game of Poker. That's what it was.
Weird. That's amazing. Weird.
You know how great it would have been if they would have played OAR songs while they were when they got gold medals.
That'd be great.
Watching these games, I was saying it's 3 a.m. and it's time to go to bed.
Look at them. Look at him.
On a roll.
Well, at least he's not
On a
lonely.
roll.
Nice.
On a roll, man.
Can't wait till Matrix 20 plays in the Olympics.
They shattered all the records out there, beating Germany.
There you go.
That's
There
it.
it is.
I'm done.
All right. You know what? Tap out while you're ahead.
Those are actually all 3 songs.
Yeah, that's about it. All the songs I know. But anyway, 2 Pittsburgh writers were butthurt because I didn't say I didn't include the Soviet Union as part of the Russia thing, and then I went to say, yeah, but the Soviet Union was the Soviet Union. Russia is Russia. Thoughts?
And they've only won gold as OAR in the unified team.
Right, exactly, and that's what I said. Like Russia proper is not one.
That's what Scotty said.
And then they're like, no,
And
but they won it as the Soviet Union, though.
They're like, what about the 7 times that they won it as the Soviet Union? And I was like, well, did Czechoslovakia ever won? Because I want to know if the Czech Republic or Slovakia chooses that.
Yeah. Like in the distinction of the IIHF, they put the Soviet Union with Russia, but they also have Russia as having 1 world championship, and then like in parentheses like 10. So
it's like when a team moves, they take all the history. So Team Uslani is really an Arizona Coyote great,
unless you're a Quebec Nordique and they forget about you completely.
Yeah, poor Curtis.
But the team in this case didn't move though. The country broke apart into 15.
Same thing.
One guy's like, no, they did. They didn't move. Their country just changed their names. And I'm like, yeah, and they created 14 other countries with it.
It's actually kind of how the United States started.
Yeah.
If you look back at it all, like we were kind of an offshoot of England, right? So if England had won the World Cup before the United States was born, I would say that the United States had won the World Cup, right?
Essentially. I think that's how it works.
Right.
But I'm just going to pose this to Leahy since he's here. Why are Pittsburgh writers stupid? Go.
That's right. You need a response. You need an answer to that.
I said go. So yes.
There's
nothing to say here.
There's really nothing to say. It's just there.
A Mile Island worth of evidence, or
I'm just saying. You fire some people because they're not doing good enough after you tell them they're good enough, and then you hand controls over to your significant other. You think Soviet Union is the same as Russia when it's actually different things.
But we still love Brian Metzger.
Brian Metzer, the Pope.
Is he actually the mayor of Annapolis?
He could be the mayor of Annapolis.
Like, did he possibly just show up as the mayor of Annapolis and had an Australian accent and went with like some other name? But it's actually like, did we see pictures of this? Because I am assuming right now that it's Brian Metzger.
That works for me. Then why not?
Like he's already in town, right? I mean, I'm sure that he just shows up.
If he just showed up at the event,
like
nothing to do with it.
The Penguins aren't even playing. He just shows up. He's like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
He's driving down now with his giant scissors for a ribbon cutting ceremony.
There's that 4th grade tour that's going on, and he's going to be there for.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
this is great. You have to tell the people. About
I think Leahy, did you get the press release? You probably didn't, or have you seen the media site today?
I delete them since I'm not going.
Nice. So there's a place, Germantown Elementary School is going. Germantown, mind you, an hour away from Annapolis.
I was going to say that.
They're coming up to Annapolis to take a ice making 101 course with Dan Craig or whoever the ice maker. Dan Craig, yeah.
Apparently, this is like a magnet school. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
that's a course that there probably isn't at any other school in the area.
No. So they're going to take a tour of the rink and see how the ice is made. And then
you needed a tour to find out how the ice is made.
Listen, these kids are from Montgomery County. They have ice served to them by their butlers.
Oh.
I did a really good job, actually. I made some ice earlier this week. It's fantastic. There's a lot of it, actually. If you press a button on the front of my refrigerator, it actually comes out.
Oh, so they're just going to Dan Craig's fridge? Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, yes. But here's the fun part. After they're done this, first off, these kids are available for photo and media opportunities at 10:30. So just in case you want to get a little chat over here to see how we thought about the ice conditions, it's great.
You should. Oh my God! You should ask him about the sun glare.
So after this, Sean, the best part about it is they get to go back to school and then play street hockey the rest of the day.
It's a good deal.
When did this occur when we were children? Like this never occurred when I was a kid.
Well, there were no outdoor games when you were a kid.
At best, we went to the zoo.
That's true. It was the same zoo every year, though.
Or the planetarium, like every year.
The aquarium. I can't tell you how many times I've been to the aquarium
or the science center.
It's been the same place for 25 years.
That's putting it nicely.
The damn sea lion just wants you to put him out of its misery.
Well, he's holding his flipper up to his hand, thinking he's saluting. He actually just wants a gun cock to it.
Enough fish. Give me something else.
It's like all I want is a burger. Somebody give me a burger.
I just want some Chick-fil-A. Give me those waffle fries. You don't need more of that fish. Oh, trout. Woo. So yeah, that was the fun part about that 4th grade class going to the photo opportunity one killed me.
So not even that, like not even the fact that you're able to take pictures and talk to the 4-year-olds, but the closest school that they could get is an hour away.
Yeah.
And you said it earlier. 880 seats still.
Yeah, 880 seats still remaining if you want to come to the Annapolis outdoor game. I counted today before the show. So be on there.
Average price though is $220.
Yeah.
Well, how far is Annapolis from like DC proper?
Hour in good traffic, hour and a half.
No. How far is it from the Verizon Center or whatever it's
25
called?
minutes.
25, about 25.
Okay, so it's not too far from there.
Not terribly far.
No, it's not.
There's the hook right there. You actually have to drive to the event.
Yeah, from the Verizon Center, it's like 45 minutes, just simply because it takes you 20 minutes to get from the Beltway to downtown.
That's true.
That's true. Perfect conditions, 2 a.m. on a Tuesday afternoon.
45 minutes.
2 a.m. on a Tuesday afternoon. What an asshole I am. Anyway.
It's still 45 minutes. It's always 45 minutes. There's always traffic around DC.
Sean Leahy, we do hope to see him not only this year at the draft, but next season, 2019, when we go to the Dufferin 2 Electric Boogaloo, as the NHL announced, the Vancouver will own the draft in 2019 to kick off their thing.
So it's crazy that Vancouver gets 2 drafts in the time that Washington gets 0 drafts.
Well, again, it's that whole bidding process, and the Washington Brigade, or wherever the arena football team is, they're bringing in bank.
How many teams though have they're bringing in bank because they're playing the Baltimore Brigade every week?
Exactly, it's the 2 Ted Leonsis teams playing each other
versus the Baltimore Brigade, like every 3rd week.
There's 4 teams in the league.
It's like watching like a low end like soccer
CFL.
League.
Which, by the way, Poro went out for the NASL.
Oh, NASL.
God bless.
Yeah. The Cosmos, though, got picked up. They got moved up a level.
Good for them.
Yeah, true story. I interviewed for the Cosmos like 6 years ago. And like before NYCFC started and just before the Cosmos started, I asked them, like, is your ultimate goal here to get in the MLS? And they told me at the time, their COO or CFO, that they preferred the NASL, whatever it was back then. They just preferred that model compared to MLS. And look where they are now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Well, you put all your eggs in one basket. Doesn't end up well.
And you really, their whole existence is just relied upon them being the Cosmos and their brand from 40 years ago. And every year, sending Pele a sack of unmarked bills to show up at one game. Fly in for 10 minutes and then leave like that Simpsons episode.
Exactly.
Have you ever seen the? I don't know if it was a 30 for 30, but it was I think it was an ESPN production about the Cosmos.
Yeah,
they would get 85,000 people at games.
Absurd.
Yeah, giant stadium. They would. I mean, that soccer back then was insanely popular because of Pele and because there was so many kids,
and they had Beckenbauer on the team too, if I remember correctly.
Giorgio Chinalia. The Cosmos, that league was kind of like the WHA, where they had all these high-priced superstars on these teams, and there's George Best played as well, and they had all these guys all across the league, and obviously, eventually the magic ran out.
Speaking of magic running out, I found our 12-step program to end the lockout from 2004-05.
Boy, did that work.
This is bad.
So this is from 2000. So this is 13 years old. This document in front of me is a teenager.
Still talking back.
There's a 12-step plan that we created.
It should be talking
drunkenly back. Over AIM or something.
No, this was on the show one night.
Was it?
Yeah, we talked through this on the show one
I
night.
thought we did this through chat, in all honesty.
No.
Okay. Well, here we go. Number 1, a $1.2 billion with a B league salary ceiling, a floating ceiling, higher when bull market, no lower than 1.2 billion when bear market, which equals to 40 million per 30 teams. So there you go. That's 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, luxury tax if the teams go over the $1.2 billion league cap. Don't know how that worked out.
It's 100. It says it. It's 110%.
Yeah, over the $40 million mark, 110% on the dollar. Over, all teams must disclose salary of all players.
Yeah, so that's how you would figure out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
High-low arbitrations, number 3.
Yeah, that one was. I remember a very funny point that it was either high or low. There was no like we're gonna take the middle ground.
Yeah, no, you're taking the big end or your little end.
Yeah.
Number 4, unrestricted free agency at 28. We were 1 year off.
Oh.
27 was that. Restricted free agency after your entry-level deal. Original team only has to match 85% of opposing team's offer sheet.
I like that one a lot. Actually.
Yeah. That's when offer sheets were the trend, everybody.
We haven't seen one in 7 years.
Well, Brian Burke's going to fight everybody in a barn. I wouldn't want to do that.
I'd love to see that. Actually, that's one way to. Is that hockey-related revenue?
I hope so.
If that's a pay-per-view,
that'd be great. Entry-level contracts extended to 4 years rather than 3, with the entry-level cap being at $3.25 million a year with incentives.
So I think we moved it up, right?
Yeah.
I think we moved the initial value up. So I think that actually stemmed from us wanting to get Kuznetsov here.
Essentially. Kuznetsov was years away on that one. This was 04.
Yeah, maybe not.
Still wanted him here.
Yeah.
Probably Semin, actually, at that point.
It might have been. It was actually. It might
probably
have been Semin then. Yeah.
Number 7, contract buyout at 33% of the original contract. That turned into, was it under 26? You can do that. 33% now. Anyway, games minimum salary is $500K. Game slash from 82 to 72. Rosters from 23 to 20.
I fully agree with it. I fully agree with the changing games.
Yeah, and let's
make it 70. Start at the end of September and by Memorial Day. Boom, bam, let's go.
There it is.
The NBA and NHL have the same number of games played, right? But the NBA starts like 3 weeks later. Yet their finals are always going on at the same time.
And their playoffs take at least 6 months.
Yeah, like and they're also now, the NBA is now best of 7 for all 4 rounds. It used to be best of 5 in round 1.
Yeah.
So I don't know, how they're working the schedule with the NHL, but something's not right.
Yeah. And these two are the hills that we were dying on. Number 11.
This is 11 and 12.
Yeah, Ice Girls for every 30 teams.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, it says every 30 teams.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
I was still in college.
Better grammar.
Priorities were different.
Yes,
that's 12A. Actually,
Yeah.
better grammar.
Now I want Ice Girls and ice skating, like they scrape ice scrapers for all 30 teams.
See, we were ahead of our time though because we wanted more scraping.
like an old guy, at a dermatologist wanted more scraping. Yeah, exactly. And
better than having your balls in the water.
And number 12, at least $3 beer nights, depending on the strength of the loony.
Again, we were still in college.
Can you really work that into to a CBA? I don't know if I see Don Fear and Bill Daly hammering that out over drinks.
I think they could. I think that they could. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they could.
Well, I mean, how many times do you go past 10 points anyway? Really, right?
That's true. True. Back end points too. We're joined now by Lyle Rich and InspectorsHockey.net to bring us some brevity in this situation. Brevity?
Hey-o! Brevity?
I think he's bringing us some...
Beveragey?
No, some... what is it? Credibility.
No,
that's what Leahy's for.
Dude, I'm right here. I can hear that.
I was bringing you on as a friend.
Oh!
Baby, you!
I feel so used.
What I need.
They do this to everybody, Sean. Everybody.
They trick me every single time.
I know, brother. I hear you. Did they get you to play the Batonzo game again?
No, because I would have just picked Hudson. So
that's the safe bet right there. That's the safe bet. Yeah.
I could tell because he's the tall one.
He's definitely the cutest one in the family.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, there would be a connection between Leahy and Hudson.
There we go. All right, perfect.
Yeah, he's at Sean's house apparently right now.
Little Drinky McGee over here.
All right, is
Mark,
there a pick 'em
I think
this
you
week?
might have to head out.
Yeah,
There's no pick 'em. I don't have my
pick
sheet
'em.
with me.
All right, whatever.
No pick 'em. We'll let it ride.
I'll
All right,
choose
bye,
the
buddy.
Meek and Whoopi.
Okay. No. Hey, that's what got you into this mess.
Yeah.
Hey-oh.
For a while.
Sean, good seeing you. Lyle,
Good seeing you too.
well-deserved break,
Mark.
sir. Well-deserved break.
Going out on top. Just how you got into
Oh!
That's what they recommended for boys.
There you go.
All right,
Perfect.
fellas.
Nailed it.
Peace out.
Bye, Mark. There he goes.
Yes.
Mark with the city. Boy,
Yes,
what a
he
dirtbag.
didn't. Yes, he
Anyway.
didn't. Yes, he's fond of the missionary position, standing in a cooking pot in a safari outfit, looking at Africa. Missionary position.
A little wordy. A little wordy. If you tighten it up a bit, it'd been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Lyle, we're talking about the deadline day that wasn't with Sean Leahy, and he loved it.
Ooh.
Are you checking your watch? That's a fancy watch face.
Thank you. It's actually it's the front of the Back to the Future.
Nice.
car.
There you go.
Fantastic.
No, I was checking my watch because I think Sean said he had
Sean
to
has
leave
to
at some
leave
point.
too.
Oh, well,
He had a
there.
radio gig.
Sure. See, I come on and everybody pisses off. So I get it.
It's Puppy Dog Palace time.
All right. There he goes. I don't know what that meant. What does that even mean?
What?
Puppy
It was
dog
good to
palace?
see you, Sean. However briefly.
Yeah, he's talking. They're talking about Puppy Bowl and trades in the Puppy Bowl.
Puppy Bowl was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but there are trades now.
Oh,
The Puppy Bowl?
Yeah, there's a
very
trade deadline.
popular kid show. Bingo
Oh.
and Rolly. I know the whole theme song. Parents out there know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm a parent. I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Your kid's older. She's like driving. She's like 25 now, right?
Sean. It's okay to admit that you watch the show for yourself.
It's
That your
fine.
child,
No,
you
we're
don't
not
have a
gonna- we're not
child.
gonna run-
You don't have a child. Sean doesn't have a kid. Sean's
He
lying
does.
to us all. He likes
Oh.
watching kid shows. It's okay. There is no shame.
Don't say that too loud. He might get put on the list.
Oh, sorry.
Look, just because I'm wearing Burnt Ernie footy pajamas does not mean anything.
That doesn't
Okay.
mean anything.
No, that really does. In this day and age, in this day and age of onesies, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
I got a koala onesie, so I'm all. Yeah, you know I know what's up.
Exactly.
And Sean, just for the record, my kid's taller than both Batonzos.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, who isn't? I mean, jeez.
Listen, I can't sit here and talk smack. I can't sit here and talk smack about Mark and Johnny because I'm actually not that much taller than they are. And Sean, as I recall, you're not that much taller than me.
I am
height, aren't we?
5'8".
No, I have a picture.
You and I are the same height, so we're not that much
Sean's
taller
way
than the P
taller
boys.
than I am. Yeah, I have a picture with Sean when I first met him at the Frozen Four. But
Yeah, but he was
every
in heels then.
every year for the Little League World Series, we actually play a game. I drink every time that there's a 12-year-old that's taller than me.
Okay.
Yeah, third inning. I'm like, fuck off, really?
Wow.
Well, to be fair, those kids are really 17. They're just, they're confident with stuff to say as well.
Oh, so they play for a New York City league.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
What do you do? That's a flashback.
Right?
Good times, good times.
Brian says his kid's young and he doesn't know what league he's talking about. So there we go.
Come on, man. Puppy Dog Pals? Ridiculous.
No.
Did you say Paw Patrol?
Yeah, I've heard of Paw Patrol.
Puppy Dog Pals is a whole slew of Vampirina.
Is Puppy Dog Pals like a offshoot of Paw Patrol?
No, Paw Patrol is a world where it's run by these pups and this parentless kid named Ryder, and they're
Hardly
apparently
know him.
in this place, and the pups save the day every
Does
episode.
Ryder turn into Batman at some point?
There's no laws. It's Thunderdome, and the puppy the dogs are in control.
And you're saying this is a kid's show.
Yeah, apparently.
I wish I could save you, Sean, but my kid, when he grew up, all those shows were like in the 90s. So, from Lamb Chops Play Along to like the Rugrats and all that. Like back then, oh yeah, I know every kid show from the 90s, but I can't help you with.
Have you guys heard of Harlan Williams, the comedian?
Yes. He was in
He-
Half Baked.
He created and does the voice of the main guy on Puppy Dog Pals. So there you go.
Not surprised.
That falls under the category of whatever became of.
It also falls into the palace. What happens when you're high? What you create.
Well, considering if I look at all the toys in my living room, he must be making some.
Well, then, yeah, he's got the last laugh. Then, yeah,
he's got that sweet cushion now. Thankfully. All right, Sean. Thank you for dropping in. We appreciate it. It's sad.
See, I told you got the response. I told you were going to get.
That's true. It's true. I just saw this flash of white, and then they're showing Leahy behind it.
You thought you were dying. You thought you were dying.
I know. I'm like, Lord, I come to see you.
Like Fred Sanford. There you go.
Exactly.
You gotta put a dark cowl on the next time you come on, Sean, and that'll really freak him out.
A dark hoodie like the Unabomber.
Oh, there we go.
No, you just want to look like Death in a one of those gothic Swedish films or something like that. That's what would do it.
I'll watch that right after Puppy Dog Pals.
All right, there you go.
For a little balance in your life.
That's actually probably like an animated kids show, right?
Yeah.
Puppy Dog Pals, followed by Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal.
The adventures of Grim and Billy and Mandy with Grim, and he was the Grim Reaper. Cartoon Network. Anyway.
Yeah, if you go deep enough on these channels these days, you'll find something like that.
Yeah.
It's like YouTube. It's going down a wormhole. All right. Well, Mr.
We're
Leahy,
gonna miss you this week.
We're gonna miss you, buddy. But
I'll miss you all. Like I said, I hope make sure you guys have Wish buy you all drinks for me, not on me.
Oh,
very important differential there. Yeah.
We will make sure of
that. You with that ESPN money.
Oh.
That is true. But here's the thing: Darren Rovell does the accounting, so then he'll write a story about it. It'd be really weird.
The sweet ESPN.
To a country music bar.
Oh yeah, I love that. So there we go. All right, Sean. Love you, buddy. We'll see you
Bye,
soon.
boys.
Take care, Sean.
See you next time. Bye.
Boy, do I ever know how to clear a room.
All right, Jesus, Lon, what is your
Lord,
personality?
Jesus, wow, I'm telling you.
No, so I sent Sean a text earlier, and I was like, "I'm gonna blind copy you on the link tonight. If you can show up, Scotty will love it." And
I'd
he showed
love
up.
it.
So it's Dufferin 2 Electric Boogaloo, you were saying?
Yeah, the Vancouver 2019.
Yeah. Well, it's within Canada.
We figured that there was no straight line to get to Vancouver.
Well,
entertainment district.
Well, just for shits and giggles, I've already Googled airfare, just seeing what it would look like if it was held in Vancouver
From the other
this
side
year.
of the world?
If it was like what it'd be like if it was held in Vancouver this year during those dates, and actually pretty reasonable. So,
There we go.
hey, we'll see what next year brings, guys.
There we go.
We'll see what next year brings. Well, I'm not going to Dallas this year because as I've already mentioned, I have a prior family engagement in that my nephew's getting married. So
Yes.
gotta go do that. But
So
my calendar looks
prior
open
engaged,
for
though.
my calendar looks open for June 2019, provided I can get accredited.
Right. Good luck.
Oh, I know. Fun. Oh, I'm not taking anything away from
I'm still requested.
He's still under requested for this. I told him just to show up to the credential.
Although I did give Scotty a fantastic Days of Thunder reference.
Yeah,
tonight.
Pretty good. But my thing is, I just told him just go show up to the credential the credential trailer, see what happens.
What's the worst that can happen?
The last time we did that, we were in Pittsburgh.
Yes, exactly. And you're in Maryland.
There you go. Yeah,
I do
They-
work in Annapolis.
They don't need to know that.
Tell me, I'll talk to you later. You're living at my house.
I'm still gonna try and see if I'm still. Well, hopefully, I'm still with Sporting News next year. I'll see if I'll see if I can sweet talk them. And say, okay, if you guys can credential me, I'll go on my own dime. Just credential me for God's sake.
I will say that
Sporting News will get me in the
lot of
door a lot easier than Spectre's hockey will. I think so.
The Vancouver draft was really fun, but it also had the ability to have the Vancouver Jazz Festival on the same weekend.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
Oh, that
and-
would have been nice. Yeah.
And that was also, if memory serves, Johnny, that was the last time there was a Saturday Sunday
It was
draft.
Yes.
Oh,
That was a Saturday
that's
afternoon.
right. Yeah.
It was also when I was introduced to Canadian allergy medicine.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
my God, I don't know what is in that, but it's like effectively crack for me.
Oh, it works very well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Cool.
That was 06, wasn't it? The last
That
time.
is stuff that
Was
would
that
not
06
get
was
through,
Vancouver?
the ADA. That's for damn sure.
It was 06, and then the next year 07. Was it? What was
07 was Columbus. I remember
Yeah,
that was the
and
first
that was
time.
a Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So there we go. What do you got there? Yeah.
I'm making sure I don't drink the bottom.
Don't drink the bottom. Don't drink the bottom.
I don't want the yeast.
So Lyle,
Sir.
can we get rid of the trade deadline shows? Like this is.
Oh my God.
It's not so great, boss.
Oh boy, howdy! I mean, the trade deadline itself is fun, and we actually did have, not all the action took place in the final 90 minutes as per normal. We actually did have, nice close up, by the way, Johnny, looking good, buddy.
Look, he's looking. He can't hear you.
That's okay.
Lyle says you're looking sharp, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lyle says you're looking fine.
Yeah. By the way, did you ever get that robot butler thing sorted out there, Scotty?
Robot butler. It wasn't even Perrier. What was it, Johnny? It was what was the water that was back there?
It was
Pellegrino.
Pellegrino, yes.
Pellegrino, yeah.
Oh, that's okay then. That's okay.
I wanted Evian, and then that was really weird. It was a weird.
You really are high maintenance, sir.
I am.
So the really bad part was that I meant to send an email that was like, "Hey, so here's the code to the front door. If you want to turn on lights, you have to ask Alexa to turn on lights, but it's not Alexa; it's a different."
It's Echo. I was yelling at Alexa, and it didn't respond. I'm like,
so
Echo.
I put all of this in the email, right? Then I type out the email, and I was like, I just said fucking 10 steps on how to use my house.
And it was funny because he goes like 4A and then 4B. Like just say, hey, here's how you get in. Here's how you turn on the lights. Beer's in the fridge.
I did give him a coded reference on how to get into my front house.
Yeah, it was good, and I figured it out first try. I'm like, ha ha.
Good. Nice.
There we go.
But
I
could
give Lyle the same reference, and he would be able to get into my house when he comes down.
There we go.
For an event.
For an event. Or shits and giggles someday. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this, honest to God, guys. Whether it's not an event or whatever, but hopefully, I'm hoping in the next few years that I can actually just come down, even just to come down, just for the hell of it. We could all get together, and maybe try and do that, the Big Stan Invitational for real, for reals.
Are you stuck?
I'm hooked on a power drill.
That sounds about right, actually.
Jesus, what the hell's going on here?
Are you hooked on a
I'm hooked on my cutters. Hell.
I have so all the stuff that's here on the floor is never ever in play, except unless you have 2 to 4 people.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to get on the camera at the same time. And here is the section of floor space where I put my power tools.
Yeah, essentially, it's right behind the seating. So Johnny had to zoom out, which is why we look far away, and then my whole ass.
But you can see Scotty's pants.
Exactly, they kind of
camouflage. Yes, they are rocking, my friend. Yes, I expected nothing less. As soon as I saw the big home post today on Facebook, I knew. Oh yeah, he's rocking the Zoom.
Well, it's funny. We were walking.
Do you want another one?
No, I'm good.
I do.
I'm not even done yet. I still got half the thing left. But we were walking through, and I was like poking Jen's shoulder. Look, crabs with Maryland flag. And she was just like, yes, dear, yes.
By the way, Brian said he stayed because he's a big Lyle fan. So
you don't understand unless you come
get
home.
rid of everybody, Lyle.
Yeah. You don't understand unless you come home. Coming home is a big deal, man. It's a big deal. You've been away a long time. You can live somewhere else for a long time, but it's not home. Yeah, you come home is home. So there.
That's right.
But trade deadline though shows. Oh my God! Like as I said earlier, we actually did have some deals that sprinkled throughout the day, and some actually good, like the Paul Stastny trade. Like that was my big wow for the as a surprise.
That was interesting because it was in division as well. In division, and then the big deal to get them better, and then the Blues get a little bit weaker.
But that was also kind of funny because of the comments that were made after the Paul Stastny trade. Like, effectively, hey, we're 1 to 2 points out of the playoffs. Nice work trading one of our key players.
Yeah, there are a lot of people upset that in the same Blues.
Yeah, a lot of people thought when that went down, like after I got over my first reaction, of course, after getting over the wow, because Stastny's name never appeared in any trade chatter at all. Just got the squints. But anyway.
No, we're just trying to look at the chat.
No, I can't read. Yeah, I decided to put the chat up too, but that's why I'm wearing the glasses because like sitting this far away, everything's kind of blurry still.
I have to get some binos or something, some binoculars, and
yeah.
But anyway,
I did get a steady cam for my camera this week. so I can
excellent.
I can steady cam my camera. We can do like some. The next time we're all together, we can do some like some videos for our cover band. What's the cover band? It's a Party Like It's. It's gonna be playing at the
the music
fan fest this weekend.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after we get done the trade deadline stuff. But boy, howdy, the fan fest, Lyle, that's going to happen at Annapolis, top notch.
Sorry, go ahead, Lyle.
But yeah, the Stastny Field. Not a lot of people on the Blues side liked it. The Winnipeg Jets
understandably. I mean, you know, you're struggling to score goals, so you trade away, you know, perhaps arguably your best playmaker, one of them anyway. And everybody after that, I mean, after that deal was done, I was thinking, okay, the Blue room for a bigger deal. They've got to be, you know, that's the only reason I thought, okay, well, why would you ditch, Stastny? Just like that. I mean, there's got to be something coming in, and then nothing came in, and I was like, oh, okay, wow. GM Doug Armstrong just waved the white flag on the season. So, you know,
it's odd. It's odd that they're that close, and yet they feel they're that far away.
Yeah, well, and apparently, to be fair to him, then it subsequently came out that he was trying to take that first round pick that he got from Winnipeg and try and flip it for I guess a good player. Was, I guess, he was trying to do, bring in a scorer, unnamed one. I'm guessing either Mike Hoffman of Ottawa, or maybe shooting even higher and going for Max Pacioretty in Montreal. But at the end of the day, he couldn't get it done. And ultimately, all you did was you've made the team a little worse. Okay, good luck the rest of the way, boys. And if they don't make the playoffs, there's got to be a shakeup going on there in the offseason. Because, you know, I mean, obviously the main boys like Tarasenko and Shen and Peter Angelo, they aren't going anywhere. But holy crap! I mean, this was a team that when we entered 2018, they were looking terrible. I mean, they can't score. That's the ironic thing. They can't score. Their last game. The two goals that they got, both of them came from Tarasenko.
Yeah, it's an odd situation. I don't know what's going on with the Blues. I don't know if Doug Armstrong's lost his mojo.
Can you make trades on contingencies? Can you say, like, I'll trade you this person if I can make this trade happen with this other team?
I'm sure there's back alley dealing.
Oh, of course. I mean, we see it, I mean, you can, ship a guy out and immediately or soon afterwards, you bring in somebody else. But that one was my big surprise. That was the most surprising move of the day for me, but as far as trade deadline shows go, at least we had some interesting trades sprinkled in throughout the day until we got to the usual busy final hour. And then, of course, the final hour afterwards, that's when everything really started to come rolling in. But, oh, my Lord. As I said, guys, I've been covering these trade deadlines for so long. I mean, I remember when TSN shows used to start at noon Eastern. Okay, before the trade deadline, not at 9 a.m. Eastern, where you had to sit down and they had to kill all that time with just useless filler. Yeah, and same goes for Sportsnet too.
What was the year?
What year occurred where there were so many trades that all of these stations went, you know what? We should probably have a longer trade deadline show.
For me,
when did that happen? Because I don't remember it happening.
For me, it happened. It happened in 2006. It was the first trade deadline after that season-killing lockout. Because I remember that's when Sportsnet trying to shake things up and go for the more youthful, hip audience. That was like when they brought in the Hanson brothers and
they had the Boston Pizza Party.
They had the Boston, the infamous Boston Pizza Party.
That was the one. That one.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was the one where
they had like go-go dancers and stuff like that. Yeah, and the go-go dancers were supposed to be a thing.
Yeah, but that was the one where it started from starting at noon Eastern to they started that one, I think, or 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern was when that one started. And after that, it just blew up and it became, we're all going on the air at 9 a.m. Eastern. And I'm like, why? Nothing's happening. I mean, as I said, we saw one trade before noon, which was Ian Cole going to to Columbus. But that wasn't a big deal trade. That was the kind of deal that would have been announced back in the day, like 15 years ago, when they would have come on at noon saying, oh, the deadline show's starting, and just to bring you up to speed, we've had one trade already, Ian Cole going, and now we'll do a brief analysis and away we go. But it is a big ratings driver, especially here in Canada, and that's why they do it, because we just want to sit there and watch these poor guys and girls looking very uncomfortable trying to fill all that dead air for hours and hours and hours on end.
So there was no real reason then. So the year before wasn't such
the year before
trade deadline.
The year before was the lockout.
No, but he means 04. The last one before that. The one in 04.
There was no massive sets of trades the year before. Where all of a sudden all of these channels were like, oh, we need more time in order to talk about all of this because there are going to be so many more trades now.
I have the list in front of me.
Okay, go.
Of number of trades, and we'll do this post lockout, or should we do it since 2000?
Sure.
Let's go since the 2000 trade deadline. 12 trades in 2000, and this is going forward. 17 in 01, 17 in 02, 24 in 03.
That was.
Yeah, I think that could have been it.
That was a big. Well, that was a big one because that was the one. That was the big one that with New Jersey getting Joe Nieuwendyk and somebody else as well. But that was a big one. Yeah.
I think
no, I'm wrong. That was 2002. I'm sorry, never mind. That happened in 02 because then they won the cup the following year. Sorry, my bad. But anyway, continue, Scotty. I'm sorry.
You think I'm giving away the fuck you for tonight? I'm just giving you a primer of what to be prepared for.
Anyway,
1988 trade deadline.
I have all the way back at this 1980, sir. So the 2004 was 20, 2006 25, 2007 25, 2008 25, 2009 22, 31 in 2010, 16 for 11 and 12, 17 for 13, 20 for 14, 24 for 15, 19 for 16, 18 for 17, and I think we had 19 this year.
Okay, so I can see where this occurred.
When people started spending to the cap?
I can see when this occurred, when there started being 20 trades on the trade deadline every 2-3 years in a row, right?
That I think,
that I can see that occurring. When it hits 31, you're like, wow, this is amazing. This is what we everything to do.
Yeah,
we've lost that.
Yes.
Yeah, but I definitely recall though that it was 06, the 06 trade deadline. That's when everything really went different. That they started going longer because before that they always used to flash up at noon Eastern time, and then that one with 06 with the infamous pizza party and Sportsnet when they were all sitting around without ties, being casual because we're going for the youth audience, and they got a lot of mockery for that, but
and rightfully so too.
What came out of it? Oh, absolutely, because that was just God, a tire fire on wheels. But after that it was like TSN decided to up their game and said, okay, we're gonna stay professional, but we're gonna start at 9. And Sportsnet said, well, we're gonna keep going at 9. And after that, that's what it's been now for a decade. Starting at 9.
It's a damn shame too. I
can't wait until this is below 10 trades.
I know, right?
When this hit
honest to God,
I'm not even joking. Every year I would pay money. I would throw in Patreon money or something to that effect to watch people sing karaoke for 3 hours instead of talking about the same trade over and over. How many times do I don't give a shit about the 2014 or the 2022 Olympic Canada Olympic hockey team. I don't care. I'm sorry. I have zero care about what's going to occur 4 years from now. There's not anything that you can talk about. Sing karaoke, juggle. I don't care. Do a TSN talent show for 3 hours.
Oh, that'd be great.
I would watch that. I would watch that far more than I would watch you talking about the same trade over and over and over again.
Well, I got to tell you guys that what I keep hoping for every year, and I know that, like I said, I do this for a living, covering trades, all that. This is my bread and butter. But I would love to see a trade deadline where there actually is less than 10 trades. Every year I live for that. I just want to see what would happen.
And
Honest to God, and it involves nobody.
Exactly, involve minor leaguers.
Exactly, or just marginal players.
Wouldn't it be next year though? Would it next year be the perfect time?
No.
Next year's trade deadline would be on a Tuesday, right?
I'm not sure when I think it would be. I'm not sure when they.
Which gives you an entire weekend and a Monday to get rid of any big trades that you would do before Tuesday.
And also the fact that I understand where you're coming from. I think it wouldn't because the salary cap's going up, and unless guys go ahead and sign people to an exorbitant amount of contract space for the free agency.
Oh, like that would never happen.
Yeah, I know, right? Not everyone's going to spend to the cap day one. Oh no.
I heard Erik Karlsson's making like $87 million next year. Right?
And he still has 1 year left on that god awful contract. So we'll be hearing about all that next year. Don't worry.
True.
Anyway, yeah, get rid of the shows is what we're saying, or at least do like a Facebook hit
or
shorten them.
Variety show even better.
Just do other variety show. But honestly, I just wish they could just go back to starting at noon Eastern. I really would.
Yeah.
But anyway,
like we're actually watching James Duthie like borderline get close to like, you know what? I think I'm done. Like
I feel bad for him, man. Oh, you can see it. Oh yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for all of them, but I feel bad for James especially because he's got to host this crap. You know, I do. I feel bad for him.
That's what Scotty's been saying for years.
Mm-hmm.
He's earning his money. He's earning his money. I like James, and he's definitely earning his money. But holy crap!
But that's just thing. I feel sorry for him a little bit, and then he cashes the paycheck, and then I'm just like, I really don't. I don't have any. I say this in general. Like I think when the mics are off before the show, I'm just like, I have to do this dog and pony show again. Like fucking my back's hurting carrying these guys.
He's just like, and yeah, go. Well, and let's
exactly. I got my little
hey, there we go. Goal scorers with you exactly. But we also have to enjoy Bob McKenzie on there while we got him because 2020 is going to be his last hurrah. So he's got three more of these bad boys left to do before he rides off into the sunset.
In hindsight, we'll look back and we'll talk about Bob McKenzie after 2020.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
I like that hindsight 2020 joke. Any trade jump out to you, Lyle? Any trade just jump out?
The McDonough one, obviously.
Ryan McDonough. The rich keep getting richer in Tampa Bay.
Wow.
Ryan McDonough, JT Miller for Vladislav Namstnikov, something called a Libor Hayek, Brett Howden, a first-round pick, and a conditional second-round pick in 2019.
Yep.
Second round pick becomes a first rounder if the Lightning reach the Stanley Cup in either 2018 or 2019. So
yeah,
that's a cool condition to put on.
I like that condition.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's just like saying you guys are loading it up.
that goes to go. Yeah, we've got confidence, but. Once again, Steve Yzerman is a Jedi master at these things, man. Holy crap.
Of course we know he's a Jedi master.
The guy, exactly. Yes, that is not the table you're serving. and for an hour we weren't. But anyway, in future we all get to get. Well, that's the unwritten fate.
We had somebody at NBT Sports. We had somebody for the Sporting News, and then us. Like we had so many people at that.
There was a lot.
That was a fully loaded media table we had, and he just pulled his Jedi mind trick the next table over.
On the chase, poor Sean Leahy was going hungry. He was growing.
I know. He wanted starving.
And a big ginger.
There's zero movement on those chicken fingers.
The guy was starving for an hour because it was Steve. Well, that's our face-off hockey show. One of our many face-off hockey show rules when you go out to the draft. If you enter a restaurant and Steve Yzerman is there, you find another restaurant.
You close up the tab and you get the fuck out of there.
Oh yeah, because he will bogart your waitress, and he will also Jedi mind trick all the bouncers to make sure that all of you get kicked out after hours, but his party gets to stay.
If that some bitch is there at the Cancun Cantina this Friday, I'm fucking pissed off.
Why would he be there?
Why wouldn't he? I'll just show up and ruin our time.
Doesn't matter. He would just be there just because. These guys. Oh, Scotty Waz is in town. I'm gonna go ruin his weekend.
Come to the Cancun Cantina
Friday night. Yeah.
Huzzah! But anyway, But the McDonough deal, I mean, that one was impressive. I mean, we knew he was going to get somebody like that, but but to get JT Miller thrown in there as well. I mean, that was just, and you gave up Nemesnikov, and that's all off of your roster. I mean, good God. So yeah, Lightning still remain the favorites to win the Stanley Cup, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely. That move did nothing to lessen those odds. But after that,
the deals done beforehand was the Plekanec deal or the Nash deal. Anything?
Well, the Nash deal. Him going to Boston. I was a little surprised by that one, but I like it for Boston. I like the fact they're going. I know there were some Bruins fans that were all upset over it, and I'm like, why? Listen, your team's doing better than expected. It's like your GM just decided, you know what? Hell, sure, we're going to go for it. Why not? But they didn't have to give up a hell of a whole lot for that rental. So why not? Yeah, good move by them in a short term. He didn't have to give up anybody off of his roster than Ryan Spooner. He gets rid of a bad contract. Matt Bolesky's got rid of that. Well, half of it anyway, but still better than half than having the whole thing. And you get yourself a veteran guy that may be able to just give your team a little bit of a boost. If anything, with the Lightning loaded up now, I think it's a good thing that they did go for it and bring Nash in. What the hell? Gives you a chance to keep pace. Yeah. Go for it. Absolutely.
Then before that, the Derek. Speaking of rich getting richer, Pittsburgh. Derek Brassard. Yeah. Then Ian Cole traded Trice as well. So
that deal is the most complex. Especially when you're talking, it was a deal for a guy that essentially is going to be the Penguins' third line center, but will be a second line center on any team that doesn't have the depth that the Penguins have at center. And that was so damn complex that the league actually rejected it the first time.
Yes.
They basically said, guys, we understand what you want to do here, but it was our understanding there would be no math. So take this back and rework it. And
guys, our accountants say this is bullshit. Rework this.
Exactly. Well, the best part I like about this deal, is the Vegas Golden Knights are retaining 40% of Brassard's salary. I love that. I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's like that's like a Maury show where the guy said he's not the father, but I'm still going to raise that kid.
Exactly.
There has to be something going on outside of hockey. Right?
How is that not cap circumvention?
Evidently, it's not.
Like, is there like some shrimp parmesan going on? Like,
no. I mean, look, it was obviously.
At what point do you call GM and you're like, hey, so I got this deal. I want this to occur. We're gonna need you to retain 40% of the contract. Wait, what? We're gonna give you an all expenses paid night out in Vegas. All right, I'm in.
Oh wait, he's like, wait, guys, I get that every night. Vegas.
You got a player back too, Ryan Reeves, such as it is. But I mean, still, but.
I think that Ryan Reeves helps out Vegas because they actually have a little more muscle now than they would have regularly. So that helps.
Vegas also trying to they're in the playoffs right now.
And
Vegas is the number one seed in the West in the NHL.
And by the way, they also got themselves Thomas Tatar out of that deal. And I love that people were freaking out over the return. Oh, they gave up too much to get him. Oh my God! It's like, okay, you gave up a first this year. You gave up a second next year. You gave up a third in 2020. So what? This is a team that loaded up with look. They loaded up with draft picks to begin with. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw a
yeah. How many picks does he have?
I saw something at one point that said that after getting Tatar, they have I think it's 17 picks.
Hold on, I'm bringing that up.
Yeah,
some kind of garbage.
They had 20 picks that they could have used in the next 2 years.
Here's my question: is that 2021 pick lockout protected? That's really all I want to know. So here's what the Golden Knights
look at the load up. Yeah, rattle it down. I just pulled up too, but rattle it off. Go ahead.
All right. In 2018, they have a second round. They have the Penguins 4th and the Canucks 4th. They have a 5th round. the Hurricanes 5th round, they have a 6th round, and the Maple Leafs 6th round. For 2019, they have their 1st round, they have their 2nd round, they have Columbus's 2nd round.
Yep.
They have their 3rd round, they have Nashville's 3rd round and Winnipeg's 3rd round.
Yep.
They have their own 4th round, and the 5th round they have their own pick with the Canadiens' 5th round pick. They also have their own 6th round pick and 7th round pick of that year.
Yeah, and then in 2020,
19.
Yeah. And then in 2020, they have their own 1st round pick. They have their 2nd round pick as well as Dallas and Pittsburgh's 2nd round pick. And then they have their own 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th round pick.
So what was the problem? But we gave up a 1st round pick this year's draft for Thomas Tatar. That pick is going to be low. It's going to be low. Well, it's not garbage, but it's going to be low in the 1st round. It's going to.
I would like to ask at this point: is a 1st round pick really worth shit anymore? Like 1st round picks this year were given out. Like
candy.
They were and that goes to the point that we were talking about last week between Mark saying what's the valuation and where do you get skill versus getting lucky in the 1st round.
But still, why wouldn't you give up a 1st if you're getting a proven performer who's 27 years old and Thomas Tatar, who has 3 more years left on his contract? Yes, it's 5.3 mil, but they have a boatload of cap space for next season.
I pointed this out. 1st round picks in the next 3 years.
Yes, exactly. And let me point this out to you guys as well. Remember, Vegas was also in big time. They were the front runner for Erik Karlsson at this year's trade deadline. I do not rule them out going back again. Why? Because they have the cap space. Look, you look at the free agents that they got right now. They've, the guys that would be important to re-sign would be James Neal, David Perron, William Karlsson, big time. He's the RFA. They have to re-sign.
And William Karlsson has arbitration too.
Yeah, and Shea Theodore.
James Neal for. Some of these players you might be only signing for a year or two.
Well, and this is the other thing that I mentioned as well when the Tatar deal went down is perhaps he's insurance in case they can't retain Neal or Perron.
And I was just about to ask that is how much is an insurance is Tatar for the Golden Knights with Neal, and then you mentioned Perron as well.
Exactly. So. One of those two, they may not be able to keep one of those two. So he's insured. So this deal works for them in the short term. It works for them over the long term in case they lose one of those 2 notable free agent forwards, either Neal or Perron. And let's assume, I wrote about this today in Sporting News, let's assume that they're able to re-sign those key free agents. They will still have enough because it'll probably run about $20 million all told to re-sign Neal, Perron, Theodore, and Karlsson. Probably about 20, maybe to 22 million. They will still have enough cap space to be able to bring in Erik Karlsson. Oh, somebody coming in.
Yeah, we do. We have
exactly.
I didn't know if you wanted to come in or not.
I can.
All right.
So here's my thought too on Vegas. I can't wait until Seattle starts pulling players from Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
This Seattle team is going to be better than the Vegas team.
Well, they're going to have the same draft rules. Gary Bettman said today they're going to have the same expansion rules as Vegas did.
Yeah. By the way, here's my answer to that. To the Vegas Golden Knights fans. What do you know about value? You're an expansion team.
But here's the thing. If they want to go after Karlsson, they can, and they could get him because they'd have the cap space to take on his cap hit for next season. And depending on how much salary you gave up to get the guy, you may have enough room to maybe re-sign him for even a big term deal the following year, depending on how things shake out. So, I didn't understand at all why there were people who were upset over the Golden Knights giving up those 3 picks to get Tatar. I mean, yes, well done to the Red Wings. They got themselves a great return, for Tatar. They did. That's a very good return
for a team that's in the spot they're in. That's a good return.
Well, and loading up because now, I mean, they're among the top 3 in terms of the total number of picks. They have 10 in this year's draft, along with Montreal. The only team with more are the Rangers, who have 11. So yeah, the Red Wings are set up very, very well going forward for this year. So but as I said, I didn't understand why some people were upset with the Golden Knights taking on Tatar, because as I said earlier, he helps you now, he helps you in the future. He could be in, you know, as I said, insurance if you lose James Neal or David Perron. I like that move. Good on them.
Great on crab cakes.
Kind of. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty good. Yeah, little good thing there.
Hey, Jen.
Hi.
Nice to see you. How you enjoy Maryland?
They didn't serve me crab cakes right off the plane. I'm really disappointed.
I'm disappointed. You guys better get on that for when I come down. I want crab cakes right off the plane, and I want burger cookies.
All right, burger cookies. We can get you off the plane.
Yeah,
Okay.
burger cookies. That's everywhere.
And I want.
We'll take you to get crab cakes.
We'll get you. We got some
I'll
spots.
give you-
And I
I'll
want
give
some
you
of that
a,
sweet IPA that you guys have down there too.
I'll
You
give
guys
you
make the
like
best IPA.
A Sphinx type like riddle in order to get in the front door.
Exactly.
But if you figure it out, you can get it.
Answer me these questions.
These crab cakes you want to see.
These guys are promising me crab cakes that are the weight of a
It's
baseball.
it's the weight of a baseball.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's a crab cake, the same weight as a baseball.
So bring your appetite, Jen.
Bring your appetite and maybe a glove.
We call them closers.
Yes.
There was actually one night I got a closer, and I got a little side of cream of crab soup. I woke up the next morning.
Wow.
So it was so much food. I didn't.
So I was like, this is so heavy.
Sounds good.
7 o'clock is done.
It's a good old fashioned nap food.
Which is like 45 minutes earlier than normal.
Yeah, exactly. Lyle, anything else jump out to you before we move on to some, like, maybe the just hinting at re-signings, and then we can shit all over the stadium series?
we can you know, I think we beat the whole trade deadline thing to death anyway. But yeah.
Some re-signings. Patrick Hornquist's 5-year deal with the Pittsburgh Penguins, re-signing there.
God, I hate him.
I like it for the next couple of years, but that's going to come back to bite him in the ass over the final few.
Towards the end there.
Toward the end.
No, it won't.
It won't. They'll find a way out of it.
Because he's going to trade him to somebody else.
Yeah.
And
Speaking,
he's going to get a kid that's like 28 years old, that's in the prime of his career and coming back. There has to be bribes, cap bribes.
Well, I'm telling you, yeah. Well, we talked about
something else going on. He
can't
be this good.
Yeah, we talked about Steve Yzerman being a Jedi GM. Yeah, how about Jim Rutherford? I'd put him on the same level. I mean, that Broussard deal was proof of that. Good Lord.
I'm going to say that we find out in 20 years that the Penguins have been doping, and the Penguins have been bribing other teams in order to take players. I'm calling it right now. Well, we're still in 25 years, and this comes.
We'll make another $50 by that time.
Old crotchety. Well, I'll be older and more crotchier, and you guys will just be getting into your old crotchety stage. So
I'm already getting there.
I think Jen's
I'm past there.
I'll be this year, Lyle. It's getting up there.
The youngest one in the room.
Shut up. Shut up, Johnny.
Aaron Dell with a 2-year extension, great for him.
No surprise there. Very affordable. No surprise that he knows what side his bread is buttered on, and he likes it in San Jose. So.
Exactly, and he's a hell of a player.
I can't wait until he gets traded,
right?
So that the headline can be, "Dude, you're getting a Dell."
Nice.
I got to remember that.
There you go. I have it. What was the other one? Oh, Josh Bailey, 6-year deal, $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty decent deal.
Yeah, and that wasn't a bribe at all for John Tavares. Not at all. Look, we're keeping. Look, we're good. We're keeping your wingman this time. We really are. We're not. He's not Kyle Lepozo. No, we're keeping this guy. No. Yeah. Thing I found interesting though, very interesting. John Tavares saying he's not ruling out perhaps resigning before the season's over, and he said making the playoffs is not conducive towards his resigning.
And in the meantime, Montreal's TSN 690 has that stupid online retweet now if you want to
shut. Oh, I know, Jen.
Away.
Exactly, Jen.
Go away.
You and I are both Habs fans, and we know that's not happening. Would we love to see John Tavares as the Habs first line center? Of course we would. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not. So
I don't know. At this point, I don't really wish the Habs on anyone. So
there's actually 30 teams that would love to see John Tavares as their first line center. And right now, the Islanders are probably not it. That's the only team that's not there.
That's essentially it.
He's staying. I'm telling you right now, he's staying. He's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. I just don't get the vibe that he's going to be out of there. I just don't see it. We know money's not the issue. We know
But
that's not the issue.
Why would he leave? He effectively built this program or built this franchise back to where it is.
He built this franchise on rock and roll. But anyway, no. But you're right, though, Johnny. I mean, he's the foundation upon which that team's been built. He's been very loyal to it, and he's been very vocal about all the good young players who are coming in, how and how exciting it's getting, and that they're starting to build something up. So, I can see him staying. I really can. And I know Leafs fans are going to be bitterly disappointed and Habs fans are going to grumble, but it's just like, hey, get used to it, dudes. Hey, so I love that people go, why do we want to stay with a team that's losing? Why didn't anybody ask that question to Shane Doan for 20 years? Okay, sometimes it's more than just, the team's not doing that well. Sometimes you get to a place and you love it and don't want to leave.
Well, so part of it also comes from New Yorkers. I'm just gonna call it out there. They have a different mentality on life, as a group, as a whole, from what I've seen. Is Tavares like the Islanders' version of Ovechkin? Like, does he end up being that like superstar that everybody jokes around that's never won a cup? Like that type of thing. Like, is that what it comes down to?
I think that's the Marcel Dion, actually.
That's a good point too, Jen. Yeah. I mean, Dion could have gone anywhere, and he stayed in LA for almost his entire career. I mean, he could have gone anywhere if he'd wanted to, and he stayed. So sometimes players get into a city they love or an area they love, and they don't want to go. And it doesn't matter how the teams do. If the team is willing to keep them, they'll stay. And I think Tavares is staying. I really do think Tavares believes that they can build up to be a contender.
Well, does he also feel comfortable in this area? Because, I mean, we remember John Tavares when he first got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't very comfortable with anything going on.
That's true.
He had his personality. Yeah, but... Okay, I understand that you grow up at some point, but if your personality is that you don't want to be in the limelight, you are what you are when you're 18 years old, and you're perfectly capable of living in the area that you currently live in, why would you leave? If that's all you know, like you're out, you leave your comfort zone in order to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Then why would he ever leave?
Yeah.
Like that's what he's okay with. And his personality, I would say, if he finds a place that he's okay with, he's staying there.
And I think he's found that with the Islanders. I mean, listen, remember, he re-signed with the Islanders after the second year of his entry-level deal to the current contract he's on right now. And that came about when you had people in the Toronto media like Steve Simmons, suggesting, that, I don't think he wants to stay there, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he might try and force, maybe he'll refuse. Yes, I remember how that came about. Steve Simmons was saying at the time, maybe Tavares might stage a holdout, refuse to re-sign with them, stage a holdout to get traded somewhere else, maybe to get traded back to Toronto. And he re-signs like soon afterwards. And I can almost have the feeling that Pat Brisson probably saying, by the way, if anybody see Steve Simmons, tell him screw you.
I think everyone wants. If I see him this weekend, I might punch him in the face.
Does anybody give a shit about Steve Simmons anymore?
He certainly lost a lot of respect in the hockey community. Well, among the hockey fans, I can't say about anybody else, but among hockey fans, I
feel like he's lost a lot of respect in like sports in general. Curling comments.
Yeah, like that whole thing about mixed curl. What the hell was that?
That effectively means that you have zero idea what you're talking.
Old man yells at cloud. That's what that was.
I mean, Jen, what did you think of that? That was crazy.
I think he has me blocked on Twitter.
He must. I mean, you heard about that, obviously.
No, I heard about it, but I didn't see it because I'm pretty certain he has me blocked.
Yeah, I mean, it was the strangest thing. I mean, I'm just deviating here, just off topic here, very slightly, but
because we never do that.
It's because we never do that. But I mean, mixed curling, and it was a new sport in the Olympics. You know, first time. I got to tell you, like, I watched my share of curling. I'm Canadian, so I watched my share of curling, and I liked it. My wife and I enjoyed that. We were just like, hey, that's pretty different. You know, you toss rocks, you got to run down and sweep it yourself half the time. That's pretty cool. Everybody seemed to like it.
That part of it was really cool. The rest of it was like a social experiment on how men and women communicate.
Oh, and that was fantastic, especially watching the Russian couple yelling at each other. Which now, in the aftermath of him testing positive, that would explain a little roid rage there, honey. But Steve Simmons just went off on that sport, though. Yeah. He went off, and everybody was like, "What the frig is his problem?" Jesus, but not a real sport. Okay, as Scotty said, old man yells at cloud.
So he made his big issue though was that he made a comment on how a group of people that were put together 2 weeks before the Olympics shouldn't be able to win a gold medal. Yeah. And I was like, please see every Olympic champion of a hockey team.
Yeah, like, pretty much.
It's effectively like every men's hockey team literally talks to each other 2 weeks beforehand, and they're like, hey, I know we're going to be playing hockey together for the next 3 weeks.
And it's not even like 2 weeks even before the Olympics. It's like months beforehand. They bring them together for a little camp, a little familiarization camp. And I was like, okay, we'll see you in February, right, boys? Off we go. You know, like, well, that's how the NHL version of it was anyway. So, and these curlers, they've done it for years. Jesus, the guy on the Canadian team, he's been doing what was it since he was a teenager in the late 90s, for heaven's sake. Yeah.
I think
98. It was 98, Scotty. Shit. Johnny. I deserve that, Scotty.
Thank you, Sean Leahy.
Yes, I know. Now I can't yell. That's bad when I can't tell my Scotty Waz from my Johnny P. Oh boy, when they're sitting right next to each other. Wow.
One's really, really handsome, the other's Johnny.
He's not conceited, Jen. He's just convinced.
One's really, really handsome, and the other wears glasses.
Exactly.
Yes. But anyway, enough about that.
All right, yeah, whatever. So the Stadium Series game. Boy, howdy, the Stadium Series game. Pre-game. They got pre-game fan festival, Lyle.
Pre-game fan fest. What happened?
7:30. A DC cover band called Party Like It's will be playing in the pavilion.
I feel like that's almost like a thought that's not completed.
It's really, like they're just Party Like It's, and then nothing.
You know, it sounds like some sort of like crazy karaoke experience show.
True.
Do you know?
It might just be.
I'm not even joking. I would go if it was karaoke. If
Why
it
not?
wasn't an actual band, and they were like they pulled people out of the crowd and they were like, "Come on up and sing a song," I would go. I would be a part of that. But if it's somebody who's just singing me other people's songs,
yeah,
I could do that in my living room.
Right, exactly.
I have.
You have, and you've done this before show.
Yeah, I have Rock Band.
Exactly. Coors Light will have a thing where you shoot crushed cans, which is something Johnny did at Chicago.
I did, but I wasn't allowed to drink it first.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Also, they have a thing where you have to sign a puck to say you're not going to drink and drive anymore, and then you can be.
See, they didn't do that in
no, because they knew it was Chicago.
Yeah.
And then they knew, and then you get put in for a prize pack and stuff like that. Jeremy Roenick will also be signing there from 4 to 6, so avoid that area from 4 to 6.
Will he also cry that he's never been in an outdoor game?
He'll cry about a lot of things.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Well, at least he can. Well, at least he can't cry about never having gone on a polar bear dip, because he did that this year. So.
Very true.
One less thing for him to sob over.
Photo op with the new authentic Caps Addy Zero and Maple Leaf jerseys for the outdoor game, the special jerseys, so you can try them on.
They're extra larges, like they were.
I know, right?
Yeah, because I love looking like a 3-year-old wearing, daddy's shirt.
Oh, I didn't wear it. I had to hold it.
He held it up. It was too big for him.
I had to hold it up, and I was fat at the time. I was really big.
Yeah, you look at our picture, and I'm just like completely lost in it.
And mine's like a T-shirt. It did. It was kind of.
It was a little, yeah.
little tight on the edges. Also, an extensive selection of officially licensed 2018 Coors Light NHL Stadium Series trademark merchandise, including jerseys, knit caps, apparel, novelty items, and other things like Oyos. 106.7.
The only reason you're going.
Like an extra bag.
No, there's room in my suitcase.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I brought it. The 106.7 The Fan, DC's home for Washington sports, and the flagship home of the Capitals will offer fun activities. That's all they're offering.
Just fun activities.
That's actually more than what they normally
That's
offer.
true.
Where it's just activities. This time it's fun activities.
This is a
yeah.
Here's
sports junkies for 8 hours.
So the reason that the reason that Sean started his own sports radio station was because sports radio in the area was shit.
Hasn't changed since
20 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Still the same garbage.
Oh man.
They have their TV show now. Actually,
good for them.
Yeah.
They're catching that paycheck.
Basically,
Those are the Matha guys. Sean knows those guys.
Yeah, but they're awful.
They are terrible. Fans visiting the Dunkin' Donuts Brewed for This zone will enjoy coffee, hot chocolate, munchkins, and they'll be able to play games and take a picture raising the Dunkin' Cup.
See, you didn't tell me about the munchkins earlier.
Oh yeah, no, there's munchkins.
If there was an option for me to eat just munchkins throughout an entire day, or have like 3 solid meals, I might go I would just get
munchkins?
like 50 munchkins.
Just munchkins.
And I would just eat them throughout the entire day.
And Lyle, the to round this out, the Geico hockey fan zone, as opposed to the Geico other fan zone, will give why not just called the Geico ice hockey zone? Will give fans the opportunity to have their picture taken with in the Geico penalty box, enter for a chance to win a $200 gift card, test their hockey skills, collect free Geico swag, and meet the Geico Gecko.
The Geico Gecko, eh?
Also, there's a show in Annapolis on Friday night at Ram's Head. The band White Ford Bronco will be performing as Capitals alumni will be in attendance. White Ford Bronco.
Ford Bronco.
I feel like those are 3 words.
So edgy. So edgy. White Ford Bronco. So edgy.
Ever be mentioned again.
It's the White Ford Bronco 90s party.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a slasher band?
Looks like they're the chick lead singer. Good call though. Took me a second.
Do they wear gloves?
They play a lot of Runaways tunes.
What if it's a highway?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, they keep rolling.
Jen, you're gonna be okay.
But here's the thing: when they're performing, they know what to turn on. It's AC, damn it! You know who it is.
Oh.
But here's the thing, though. Wow. The thing there is that you can go to the show, but you have to make sure you Edo.
Oh, that was a stretch.
No,
that was
going to run 500 miles. It's a running joke after you came up with the joke. Yeah. So God, 3 letters. Edo, 3 letters. Coincidence?
I think not.
This is the point, Jen, when you and I just sit in the corner and just look. Yeah.
Frame it, OJ. Frame it, OJ.
Frame it, OJ.
I like OJ. 2,000 yards, Buffalo Bill.
2,000 yards. Oh God, we're going to hell.
Frame it, OJ.
Frame it, OJ. Frame it, OJ. Frame it, OJ.
Well, I like those nigga gun movies, but you right. I'll give you the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard. We gotta get that son of a bitch.
There can be like as much comedy for the next 50 years, and I will be like on a deathbed at some point, and I'll be like, "Actually, can you show me the Dana Carvey show?"
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's like so ingrained in my life.
I know. I agree. I love that. That is still one of my top 10 stand-up of all time. Was Dana Carvey back in the
and then right behind that, Sinbad.
Sinbad, that was a good.
Sinbad was good. Sinbad was good. Hey,
the only thing they played on Comedy Central. That's probably why it's so ingrained.
Yeah, exactly.
I know every word of it.
We have some musical notes. Petty Officer Second Class. There it is. Petty Officer Second Class Brad Davidge will be performing the Canadian National Anthem. And it will be accompanied by the brass ensemble of the Strathcona Band of the Royal Canadian Navy.
Hey, right out of Halifax. Awesome.
Yeah, the U.S. anthem will be performed by Midshipman Second Class Lael Summer and the USNA Band. So there's that. We have the anthem singers. No, and also, what is this?
There's going to be the men's curling team.
The women's ice hockey team and the men's curling team will be in attendance from the USA. They will have media availability before the game as well. Also, with those fourth graders that we mentioned earlier, they will have media availability tomorrow, which I still don't understand. But
I fully respect that the U.S. women's hockey team is flying around the country for media stuff. I love it.
The Drum and Bugle Corps and the Navy Spirit Dance Team will be performing all throughout the game. Festivities. 2 Boeing FA-18F Super Hornets from the Black Lions will be going ahead and flying over. So there's that from Virginia Beach.
This is the thing I learned, that the Navy has a spirit team dancers.
Yeah, no, that's probably.
Oh my!
I had no idea. I'm just like,
up with everybody.
There was definitely a part of me that thought the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a thing. First of all. Second of all, I was like, was this not a good enough event for the Blue Angels to show up?
Right.
Like, dancing. Send the second line to come through. Like, so yeah.
Spirit Squad. I just think of the WWE one. Every time I hear Spirit Squad, that's what I think of. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
what I think of.
Real quick. Haha,
Okay.
fuck you.
Okay.
It's 31.
Get there. Getting there.
In 1982-83, the 1983 trade deadline.
Are you kidding?
Fuck you. One trade was made. It involved one player. Name the 2 teams involved and name that player.
1983, I was 5.
I was just not even born. It was March, the trade deadline.
I was March when?
March 8th.
Oh, I was still 19. Okay. That was 3 weeks from my 20th birthday. Oh, poor young Lau. You didn't know what was coming, did you?
No,
Anyway.
you never do with haha, fuck you.
That's what I'm talking about, is this segment of the show. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna say, can I just have a stab at a team? I don't have to name the.
All right.
Okay, one team. Hartford Whalers.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Johnny, you want to stab at a team?
No, I'm gonna go with Mike Sillinger.
Close. Mike Sillinger was 2 days before. 2
Oh.
days before.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Mike Gartner.
No, sorry. Fuck you.
Okay.
1983, I wasn't watching hockey.
Okay.
Wow.
Jen?
you're asking him. I'm gonna guess the Canucks.
Fuck you.
The game that's sweeping the nation.
It's the trend sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Quebec Nordiques.
Sorry. Fuck you.
1983. There were.
I am so tempted to just cheat right now and look, but I mean, it's just, I'm just like, Royal Payton.
Sorry.
He was retired. Nice try, though.
Barely.
So you say.
I know, right? You could have still been playing.
Was he retired for that year? Like, because I'm sure he
Right.
played. I know for a fact he played within 5 decades.
That's true. He
Yes,
played
he
for the Detroit Vipers for that one faulty year in the 90s.
For that one shift.
Yeah, that one shift.
Which was kind of lame. That was beneath him. He really should.
Exactly.
No,
I
it wasn't.
will
Really
just
should've
take.
done that.
I will just take 2 of the teams. You don't even have to name the player.
All right. Oh shoot. Oh God. Okay. Well, Jen already said Vig. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. Is it your turn next?
You got a team.
Uh-oh.
It's not Vink. No, sorry.
Okay.
Lyle.
All right. Well, I already said Hartford, and you said no. I already said Quebec, and you said no. How about the Toronto Maple Leafs?
What you just said? Say the Leafs.
I just said
She just said the Leafs.
Oh, sorry, we froze up briefly. Okay, okay, Montreal Canadiens.
Fuck you, no. Incorrect. Johnny.
I hate this game.
Incorrect. Jen.
The Blackhawks?
Incorrect. Lyle.
LA Kings.
Incorrect. Johnny. Incorrect. Jen. No, incorrect. Lyle.
Flyers.
Incorrect. We just said that.
Oh,
The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, they weren't even alive.
I know.
Jen.
This is how much I hate this fucking game.
Oh, I know. This topic this week is
So we know it wasn't
half the league.
the Habs, the Leafs.
Like if
the
I wanted
Blackhawks,
to just
the
take the
Rangers.
power drill that's behind me and start shooting me in the side of the head, it probably would cost less money.
True.
Come on, Jen, help us.
And do we say Blackhawks?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God, who else is left? The Penguins.
Sorry. Lyle.
Yeah, Minnesota North Stars.
There it is.
Yes. All right, we got one.
One team. Johnny.
I'm going to say that Calgary Flames.
Sorry. Jen.
Mm.
Tapping.
Mm.
She's tapping.
You're the one that should know, though.
Yes,
Lyle.
you're the NHL history girl.
Listen, I've had like 4.5 hours of sleep in the last 2 days.
I had more than that in one night.
I know, fuck you.
Wrong game.
Yeah, see when you don't give her crab cakes right off the plane. This is what you get.
Oh,
Anyway, Winnipeg Jets.
sorry.
The LA Kings.
Nope.
Who's left?
Nope. Oh, sorry. Preemptive. Nope.
The Islanders.
Nope.
Edmonton Oilers.
Nope. Johnny.
I refuse to give in. I'm going to keep going here.
I don't think we mentioned the Jets yet.
No, I just did.
St. Louis Blues.
Okay.
Nope.
Clue. I really don't.
This can't be good radio.
That's great radio.
No.
That's the best radio we ever done.
No, it's the best show ever.
10.
This is
10,
when I start peeing after
10,
that.
10 out of 10. Love it. Love it. Nothing, Jen?
I have nothing for you.
Okay, Buffalo Sabres.
Nope. Johnny.
Jeez. I know we're getting close here. I know I'm getting close. We already got one, which
There's
is
only like 8 teams left.
we got the Minnesota North Stars, so I'm not giving up yet.
The Minnesota North Stars traded John Casey.
No, sorry.
Damn it.
Ah,
Jen.
I'm definitely peeing out back.
All right, go pee out back.
wait, he goes out back to pee?
He's right by the
doesn't have
steps. He
indoor
just goes upstairs
plumbing?
in the bathroom. I guess it's easier.
I gotta say, he doesn't have indoor plumbing.
Look at those French doors.
Whenever I hear somebody say they're gonna pee out back, it tells me they got an outhouse.
Lyle.
No, I'm still good. Hang on. Okay, we've said all the Canadian teams thus far, have we not?
I guess, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we said Nordiques, Habs,
And
Leafs,
Jets.
Jets, Oilers, Flames, and Canucks. So no Canadian teams. All right, hang on.
It's one player. The North Stars got future considerations for this player.
Okay, but I'm still trying to figure out what the other team is. Just give me a second.
No, that's fine.
All right,
trying
Boston
to-
Bruins.
No. Jen.
I'm sorry. I don't normally swear. I'm not usually rude.
I am, so it's okay. Who's left?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
I am so resisting the temptation to cheat right now. I got to be honest because I'm really.
I can look down, but I can't.
No, you can't get us the
No.
rundown. You don't know what tab it's on.
Because
True. Johnny, you want to just name a team?
1983. Jesus.
I don't know who's left.
That's we picked. What was the last one we picked? I can't remember.
Who are we missing?
He said Bruins.
Yes, I said Bruins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also said Hartford Whalers. I said St. Louis Blues.
We've
said the Flyers.
eliminated both New York teams and both Pennsylvania teams.
Yeah.
And DC.
There were like no teams south of the Mason-Dixon line.
No.
We said Chicago.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
We said LA.
Yep.
I feel like it's really obvious.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. It's right there. We're not seeing it. No, there's no Canadian teams. We guessed them all. Shit.
Like we need a big whiteboard and just.
I know. Jesus. I feel I should. Yeah. Oh, when we.
I don't even think Jesus knows who got traded.
No.
No, I don't, man. Jesus.
No, that's Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus.
Sorry.
Jesus. Very good.
What other teams are there? The St. Louis.
Are these teams? Is this team still in existence?
They are.
Okay. Okay. So it's not a defunct.
Going strong.
Okay. New Jersey Devils.
No.
Damn it. I mean, oh.
I don't have a clue.
Johnny, any more guesses? You tapping?
No, fuck this. The Minnesota North Stars traded Clint Malarchuk.
No, they didn't. Close. Really close at all.
Brian Bellows.
He's the best, though. Why would they trade him?
You're the best, Bellows. You're the best. You're the best, buddy.
Brunette.
No.
You're the best.
He played for the Wild, not the North.
Sure he did. Like we done that.
Close.
Ben Bishop.
I'm gonna hate.
No, sadly. Close, though.
Who is the
Far off.
team?
Gary Ledman.
Can trade him in time machine.
Hot
His
tub.
stats were bad even for then.
I don't even know how many teams we've gone through
I
at
think
this
we all
point.
give up.
We all give up?
I'm tapping. Let's go. It's
Tapping,
getting late.
tapping,
Yeah, it's getting
tapping.
late.
Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, for the love
Detroit
of
Red
God!
Wings acquired Ken Solheim. Ken Solheim for future considerations. The only trade on trade deadline day in
Doesn't he
1983.
have a cup named after him?
The
though?
Solheim Cup, yes.
Yeah, that's so.
So that's why. I asked why. Bud Dry. Lyle, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun.
Oh my God, this was bullshit.
Come on, man. So, Scotty and Jen, how long are you in the great state of Maryland? Are you going to be there next week?
Tuesday.
Leaving? Flying. Is there?
What was that?
No, I was just wondering if we were going to be doing the group. You're going to be doing the group show again next week, but evidently not. So.
No, we are not.
Oh,
that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll get together again soon, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy Maryland, there, Jen. I hope he takes you out to the best places, hon.
We're going to the ocean on Monday there, hon. There's a boardwalk today for Fridays there, hon. See the ocean.
it's gonna be the second time in my life I get to go see the ocean.
Oh, enjoy.
Yep.
Yeah. The first time was Vancouver in early June.
Lovely. And now you get to see the nice frozen cold Big Augie Atlantic in the middle of winter.
Well, these things happen.
The best time when it's nice and slate gray.
Exactly. All right,
anyway,
Lyle.
talk to you next week,
Talk
guys.
to you next week, buddy.
Enjoy your trip. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bud. Bye. There goes Lyle Richardson, SportyNews.com, SpectorsHockey.net, all kinds of crazy stuff. Johnny's all tied up here. Any shout-outs, Johnny, that we can speak of?
I made it back.
Anyway.
It is good that I can hear everybody right now.
Right.
So I don't have to worry about headphones.
Yeah, you can probably take those out.
Shout out to I can't hear myself talk.
It's fine. I can't hear you either.
Shout out to Brian, who talks about having to go overseas again.
Yeah.
See, Kuwait looks like. So hope everything goes well.
AJ loved the haha fuck you segment. He said it was a 10 out of 10. We'll listen again. Thank you, AJ. You're the best, buddy.
Great work. It's actually so. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give a shout out to the show being a lot more fun when everyone's together.
Right? Everyone's in here.
Because you can like see each other, you can see reactions. I can throw a microphone on the floor and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not even on.
No, you're not. You're just kind of hanging out.
It's like your elbow.
I'm like a voice.
Yes. You're just you're the producer in the back booth.
Voice, though.
No, you're not. Who can be though?
Yeah, maybe. I have a shout out to an outdoor game I think it's going to be held in my backyard.
Nice, good. Is it a pissing contest?
We'll see. I'll see. No, just kidding. And I'll give a shout out to the guest room waterbed.
Yes.
So hopefully that treats you guys well.
Shout outs, Jen.
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm just fully planning to, like, I don't know, shove some food in my face and go back to bed.
There you go. Shout out Delta. Shout out Delta. I love the way they fly. They're great. They're doing a great job.
That's a change.
Is it? Yeah.
Delta change.
What?
See, I'm not on the.
Exactly. No one can see your reaction. Oh, that was forceful. Delta Force. Yeah, shout out to working and shout out to coming back home for the first time in a while. It's been fun. It's been fun so far. It's only been what, 9 hours? Yeah. I still think I'm on Central Time, so it's really messed up. Oh well. That's it. That's all. We got nothing. For Johnny P, Mark with a C, Jen HL History Girl, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself. And someone else has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com, which is a Blog Talk Radio. All kinds of fun, crazy crap we got going on here. Johnny's gonna make sure that the song doesn't play bad, naughty words. Well, that's true too. That's it. Until next week, everybody. Peace.
Of the car, on the west suit. Down near the furnace, don't forget about the moods. Bring a second floor, case the first one snaps. Got an SUV, they go me for them racks. Hot cup of tea, then I'm at the fucking door. Getting fired up, just praying at the store. Then as always, I get the phone call. Chucky's outside and he's ready to roll. Gotta see, D. Collins says with a grin. The music starts playing and the wheel starts to spinning. We're like rolling with the wind. Riding life's the greatest star.